just like to try different shit all the time.
Fair. That's fair.
All right. So, Brandon, AJ, right? Let it rot.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. What the fuck's going on, guys?
We're
Guys-
here.
You guys pumped off your first show back? Was it your first show?
I think
Or-
it would have been our third show, but we got
Oh,
rained
okay.
out on one.
Yeah.
So second show, I guess.
Second show. All right.
Yeah, that was an experience getting rained out.
That wasn't fun. at all.
Oh, that was yeah, I did hear about that one.
Yeah.
Everybody was kind of running
Yeah.
Yeah.
for their lives basically with all their gear.
Yeah, if it wasn't
basically.
thank fuck for Recorruptor because they had a little canopy thing. We were like shoving all our gear under there, and then you know,
Really?
as we were getting it, like just as much under the canopy as we could while we got as much we could to the trailer. It was,
So you guys were backlining obviously, right, for the sets?
yeah, we were trying.
So everybody had all their gear out already.
Yeah.
Every
Well, we
band.
had we had
Every
everything
band.
out just kind of like with us, like
Yeah.
because it was all outside. You
Did
know,
every
but
band get their shit under that canopy?
most, yeah.
They tried to. It sucked for the first band because they were already set up and playing when the rain hit,
Ooh.
and they were all their
How
stuff.
far
kinda
into
got-
the set?
I would assume half.
Halfway.
I don't even know if they made it that far. I think it only got a few minutes in before that big old gust of
It
wind.
was like
all the
they were like 3 songs in.
great big gust of wind, and you saw like the cottonwood blow off the trees. It was kind of cool.
Oh
But
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Then-
pretty epic.
Then the storm just wham.
My face would have swelled right up from allergies.
Dude,
all
I
this
caught-
cotton would have seriously. I hate that shit, man. That
Nah,
shit
it sucks.
collects everywhere. All over. Just sticks to everything. The grass would just be like at my work, the grass was just look like snow
Right.
from all of the fucking cotton.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad.
I was angry when somebody told me it wasn't real cotton. I'm like, what the
You
bullshit?
can't You mean I can't collect all this and put it in a fucking pillow and
Can't make no T-shirt. Come on,
That'd be
now.
the
new
worst.
t-shirts?
That would be the worst
Be so
pillow
itchy.
ever.
Wouldn't it? Not a feather pillow guy.
No, not particularly, but
No.
I feel like because I mean you and yourself have that kind of reaction to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no.
Try to go to sleep and your face just swells up, and then you just start sneezing.
You just wait. You
Every
wake up
20
because you can't breathe. Literally, just can't breathe. Well, it's just people that have like sleep apnea. Apparently, that's why they like wake up because they're not breathing.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
The more you know.
The more you know. Yeah, that's crazy, huh? Just think that every time they're literally choking because they're not breathing.
I do that thing where I grind my teeth real hard at night, and then I start getting dreams where your teeth fall out.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to have that. I used to have that all the
hate-
time.
I don't get nightmares. I get teeth falling out dreams. Like it'll just be randomly. I have dreams where I'm like picking teeth out of my mouth, or like the whole set just falls out. or-
Really?
These are the kind of
Fucked up.
things that go into making the music.
Yes. Right. Yeah, definitely, dude.
It's pretty twisted.
Yeah, I am a fucking teeth grinder myself. Dude.
Right.
But I only know that because, my wife tells me.
And you wake up and your
when I
mouth
sleep,
hurts.
yeah, when I sleep like a rock.
Yeah.
I don't wake up for shit.
Same.
Nothing. I just not only the alarm because I'm accustomed to
Right.
waking up for the alarm.
Do you have to change like your alarms frequently? I have to change them like every
No.
other day.
No, I got a set schedule. You don't?
I do have a set schedule.
But you just change them every day?
because I just sleep through them
Oh,
sometimes.
well, I have like 3 alarms in
same.
succession, like 10 minutes apart. So that way I won't get fucked.
Snooze and snooze, snooze.
Because I'll snooze. I am like that true dude that snoozes their alarm and like I didn't know I snoozed it. Like I slept through the alarm. Like I really did.
I somehow taught myself to not need an alarm. I'm able to wake up like right 10 minutes before I need to be up. But I also don't sleep very good.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of like being half awake. It sucks.
Well, when you're having dreams of like teeth falling out and stuff, I wouldn't be sleeping very good either.
It sucks. I have all those teeth dreams, and I really actually did fall out. I fell off my bicycle once and smashed out my whole front teeth.
Really?
Not a side mouth, his front mouth.
Yeah, just like the
front
whole
mouth.
front teeth all smashed out. Like, and what? And this tooth right here, this canine came all the way out, and it was like this long, and they just put it back in. Just went, yeah,
Really?
right in the ER. The lady who looked at me, she dipped
right.
it in some shit. She's
He
like,
was telling me this not too long ago. It was like probably a couple weeks.
she's like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Just fucking do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, you were telling me that. You told me that story when we went to Detroit.
Yeah.
2 Sundays ago, like 2 weeks ago.
Brutal.
2 weeks ago?
Probably the
How
Like 2
long did
weeks
you
ago.
say it was? Did it look to you?
Did it
The
what?
tooth? How long? How big do you think it was?
It was like a solid at
2
least
inches?
2 inches. just
Wow.
really long. It goes all the way up in there.
To his eyeball.
Yeah.
It's
The
crazy.
whole thing came out.
Apparently, when it came out, it ripped from the root so clean. Yeah,
That they were able to put it back in?
Yeah, it just rerooted.
No.
And yeah, so and
I hate tooth pain. That must have been incredibly bad.
It was
That
so
must have
bad.
hurt so bad.
it was it took a couple years for it to fully heal. I couldn't bite into an apple or anything
No.
for a couple of years. This tooth is fake. Like, hold up.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask. Are any of those fake then? Because you said it got smashed out. Like,
Yeah. This one, like all the root was exposed and stuff. They put a cap on it. They epoxied a couple of the other teeth next to it, and they shoved that one back in.
it's gonna save you money in the long run.
It did.
It did. Yeah, I'd imagine.
I'd rather keep my real tooth than get a fake one. And this one is half titanium because it was just cheaper that way. I could have got like the insurance didn't cover. This was like a fucking $6,000 tooth. Ridiculous.
Yeah, dude.
But the insurance was like, no, we won't cover that. We'll just make the pain go away unless you want a gold tooth. We'll get you a gold tooth.
What?
Should've
Yeah.
went with the gold.
No, I don't want a
dude.
friggin' gold front tooth.
Why?
Why not?
Hell no. I don't need to look like Captain Ahab or Blackbeard or
I
something.
feel like they had wood teeth.
Yeah. I think that was a myth.
Maybe.
Wooden teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think like George Washington didn't have wooden teeth. He just
I
didn't
know.
have fucking teeth.
Yeah, no, this wasn't.
He had teeth.
He had I guess they were dentures, but he didn't just like
well,
Jesse, look it
replace
up.
his teeth.
Yeah,
with
and
wood.
what were the dentures
Put it on the
made
screen
out of?
over here so we can see it.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out.
No, what George? Yeah, it was some sort of myth, but yeah, I don't think it was wooden teeth. Wooden teeth. Imagine having wood as your teeth. Like just
It would rot so quick.
Do you imagine like
Rot.
drinking
Just
some
let it
water,
rot.
Let it rot.
drinking some water with like wooden teeth, and then you just have soggy teeth?
While George Washington probably didn't have wooden dentures, they did really exist historically, but for the most part, they were on the other side of the world. So, what teeth did he have?
Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, it says wooden dentures came from Japan,
Oh, right there. Yep.
16th century.
Wow, that extra gap in that paragraph there made me stop.
You should have like a noise bar where you can just like hit some like weird ass noises.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if we learn something on the podcast today, just random noise.
Just random noise whenever we learn something.
It's a little sound bar.
Yeah, we can get an applause. I think we got a clap over there.
Get like the canned laughter from Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo, man. What was your guys' favorite childhood TV show or cartoon?
Ed and Eddie.
Ed and Eddie.
Ed and Eddie.
Ooh.
Or Courage.
Those were
Courage,
the
Cowardly
good
Dog.
times.
Yeah.
I would honestly have to say Rocco's Modern Life
Yes.
or Angry Beavers.
That's because you're a little bit older than me.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
By the
all of you
time
guys?
Ed
by
and-
the time I was old enough to be watching like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, they weren't airing those shows nearly as much.
Oh, dude, they were on at the same time. Ed and Eddie, Dexter's Lab.
Oh, you know what?
Powerpuff Girls.
That's probably because I didn't watch Nickelodeon up
Yeah.
until I was probably like I don't know, like 10.
right.
Yeah.
But I was
I liked
watching
all
Cartoon
that,
Network.
too.
I was a Hanna-Barbera kid.
I watched all of that shit.
My mom
All
really
that.
likes the Hanna-Barbera.
That was good.
All that was fantastic.
And then you get that's what made Good Burger.
Right?
Without all that,
Welcome to Good Burger, home on the Good Burger. Can I take your order, please?
dude, like that was terrible.
It was terrible. That was terrible.
But without all that, I mean, like Keenan Thompson wouldn't be shit.
Right?
Really.
Who's the other one then? Who actually did it?
Kel.
Kel, yeah.
Yeah.
Kel's like he just kind of dropped off.
Was
the
that
face of
his
the earth.
actual name though?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kel. What?
Yeah.
I think it's like his last name. I saw him on TikTok.
On TikTok.
Like I ran
He's got
across him on
TikTok.
Yeah.
him on TikTok, and
He makes a couple of I guess features on Saturday Night Live from time to time.
Oh.
They've done a few Good Burger skits.
I'm gonna have to look one up later then. Good Burger skit probably is one from when it came out for sure.
Right?
You know.
Well, no, I'm saying like he actually like was on Saturday Night Live with Keenan Thompson.
And they did a Good Burger skit.
They did a Good Burger skit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's great. You guys remember the I think we were talking about it the other day. What was it? Legend of the Hidden Temple or something like
Oh,
that.
I remember that. Where
On
they had to find like the
Nickelodeon.
fucking statues.
Yeah.
Isn't that like that game show?
It's like a game show on Nickelodeon. Yeah,
I
they
used
run.
to see that in the morning before I go to school.
Yep. Yeah, dude. Oh, that shit was amazing.
What was the other one where they used to like just drop slime on everybody? It was another Nickelodeon. I think it was the
and they
same
had
host.
and they had to climb through like the big nose.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, do you remember what that one was, Jesse?
I remember the show, but I don't remember what it's called.
We're gonna need to look it up and throw the sound bar on.
Yep. Yeah, but that guy, like, he went through some shit too.
That's right.
The host,
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. I want to say his name's Mark for some reason.
Brandon's gears are turning. He's thinking about it.
The
He's trying to
hamster wheel's
remember.
fucking burning.
It's burning out. Imagine if like hamsters were bigger than us and made us like go on a wheel to make
This
their
conversation took a
electricity.
wicked left turn.
Didn't they make an episode of South Park like that?
Where hamsters were bigger than us?
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't
the-
watch a lot of South Park.
There's an episode where I think they were making fun of some horror movie, but
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Randy was recording his family the whole time, and he's like Shelly, and then everybody
was,
fucking recording big hamsters. And
It was
shit.
during
The show.
it was during like the pan
What?
flute
Double
bands.
yeah, the pain.
Double Dare. Double
Yeah,
Dare.
Double Dare. It was during the Peruvian pan flute bands.
Yeah,
It's like episodes are
that was ridiculous.
they had to like go down to some South American country and like save some people and come back and defeat all the hamsters that were destroying Colorado.
And they were like using like green screen videos of real hamsters, like dressed up in like pirate
right,
outfits
right.
and all sorts
Yeah.
of stuff. Shit, it was great.
Yeah, just imagine though. I don't know. That'd be crazy.
I'd try to pet it.
You're
I'm
sitting
sure.
here-
I'm sure humans are so fucking ignorant and dumb. We would try to conquer and ride them into battle.
I mean, would you not?
I would. I'd absolutely.
A
would.
hamster. I just imagine. Yeah, just
Would
somebody
you?
on the back of a hamster just riding into battle.
Would you
Just-
fuck with that guy? I wouldn't.
No,
Squeaking his way towards a tank.
I think any animal or that you could keep as a pet, if it were that big, would just eat us.
Probably. I mean, they eat you if you're dead anyway. I mean, your cat will eat you if you've been dead for 3 days.
Will it?
This is fun.
Yeah.
Just go right into just. Yeah.
It'll wait 3 days. That's why they poke at you while you're sleeping.
You dead yet?
Yeah, it'll do that for 3 days. When it's sure you're dead, it'll start nibbling on you.
Damn.
It's not even a joke. They will eat you.
I don't mind cats, but they're kind of fucked up.
Cats
They
are
are.
dicks.
Cats are pretty fucked up.
My cat's a dick, man.
They are survivalists.
Yeah.
That's why you can just let them out.
I think that's why
Nobody
people
cares.
They're survivalists, but yet they'll bitch when their food dish is like still half full. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like you got plenty of food there
The center is empty, you bastard.
every damn time. And the water, to get them to drink their whole water bowl too. Sometimes it's like, gee, just drink it. Or it's got to be like moving, or I don't know. Cats are weird.
There's a TikTok of
Very
a
unique.
cat that only drinks fancy water. If you pour it tap water, it'll snuff it away. You
Oh,
gotta
goodness.
pour it like Perrier or something.
So how long have you guys like been dabbling in music, like
Individually or as a group?
Well, let's start with a group. So how long has Let It Rot been around?
The band itself, like the name Let It Rot, it was been around since about 2017 when
Okay.
RJ Lambright and I got together. I had some like demo songs I was doing under the name Apocrypha. He was like, "You should be a screamer." We pulled
You
together.
should be a screamer. Yeah. You're like, oh,
I
yeah.
was like, "Sure, I'll do it." And I didn't really take it seriously at first. And we started making music, and we found AJ and some other members, and things started rolling along. Some members departed, and we kind of had to fill those positions, and that's where we are today.
Right. Okay.
4-year jump.
4-year jump.
That was a
Bam.
4-year
A
jump.
lot has happened.
Yeah. Yeah. So how about individually then? So before that, you weren't like messing around with music before Let It Rot?
No, before Let It Rot, I was in a band when I was 16 called Memories for Tomorrow. I've been playing guitar.
So you were playing guitar?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
playing guitar since I was 10 years old, and I write a lot of I wrote a lot of the early songs by myself or with RJ. Just completely wrote them all myself and sent them to Dom to mix and master. and I didn't scream until, I was like just kind of messing around with it. I bought a cheap microphone and was like, haha, I'm going to
Yeah.
throw some screams on it. Turns out I guess they were good.
Right.
So I started doing that, and now we have other guitarists who are much more talented than I am even, and so why not, just let them have the reins. I don't even really need to dabble in it anymore much.
Yeah.
They just do it.
Well, it's better to have a front man too that can, has the freedom to move around on stage. Something that when I was jamming, I never had that where like it was always the guitar player was singing or screaming or doing something. Like I always wanted that guy to be able, all right, they can just move around, they can get this side going, get this side,
That I do love that aspect. I can it's
freedom.
It leaves me open to interact with everybody out there. I can point at you, I can flip you off, I can do whatever I want when I'm up there. I'm not stuck holding
Yell
the
at a
guitar.
poor girl who's got her phone out. That happened. That happened Saturday.
Oh,
She was Snapchatting us, not Snapchatting us, but she was Snapchatting something of us to
Okay.
somebody else.
And I
He
called
was
her out.
like,
I was
"Get
like,
off your phone!"
I was trying to talk to the whole crowd. And everybody was reacting, and I was like, "You right there, you with the phone."
oh, why though? So why did you say that?
I don't know. I guess I felt like calling somebody out. She wasn't doing anything
You were telling
wrong.
her to get
No,
off
no.
her phone?
No, not at
Oh,
all.
okay.
I
All
wasn't
right.
mad she was on her phone during the show. I was kind of trying to be a
Oh, so you're just
jokester.
calling somebody, you with the phone.
Yeah.
And then,
He was just like
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
getting the crowd
Yeah,
amped up.
yeah,
And
for
everybody
sure.
was getting up, and she
No, I
was
get
sitting there.
it.
She was actually like taking video of us, so she's just got a video of
Yeah.
Brandon getting in her face. Just
I
That's
wanted
cool,
to see
though.
that video.
right.
yeah, damn it.
Snapchat, it's gone forever.
Oh, that's true.
I'll never
Damn.
see it.
Nope.
It couldn't have been anything.
She found me
else.
on TikTok, like, I swear to God, like 20 minutes after the show.
Good.
I was
we need that.
that was so weird. My TikTok is literally just Brandon from Let It Rot. That's my @. So I guess it's not that weird. She found me just like,
Right.
oh, I'll just type in Brandon from Let It Rot. We'll see what happens.
Well, that's
Holy
why
shit.
that name works.
I guess it worked.
Yeah.
Well, because she sees the
Simple's
show.
better, man.
And she comes up, talks to me at the merch table, and she loved the show. And then I look at my phone 20 minutes later on the road, going, I just saw you.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's good though. That's good. I mean, people to follow you, people to keep up on all social medias. Hell, I just made a TikTok for this, just for posting, clips and stuff.
They do it.
Because that's what somebody on YouTube, they're like, "Oh, you should make a TikTok." I'm like, "Okay, I guess."
Right. I feel like that's the reaction that everybody has before they get into it.
Yeah. And
I was
then-
just like, yeah,
it's like,
all right.
it's basically Instagram, but for video.
Yeah,
Makes me
and
think
it's
of
not,
Vine. You remember Vine?
Yeah,
It's like Vine to me.
it is.
and
but
it's not
longer.
as, it's not as regulated to the point to where like because Instagram is kind of a suffix of Facebook now.
right.
There's a barrier to be able to get the kind of reach that that you truly want. You want to be able to reach everybody, and
Yeah.
TikTok will, as far as it seems, it'll go through.
Yeah, I posted a clip. Had no followers, no likes,
Right.
nothing. 451 views,
Yeah.
Boom, nothing like that. Yeah.
just like that.
I think most
I'm like,
viewed thing
whoa.
I've got is like 1,600.
What?
1,600.
Yeah, I got 1,600 views doing a.
Now, how about doing a what? Sorry.
It was just a duet with some buff chick.
Oh, you did one of the split screen.
yeah.
Okay.
And the whole joke was I was like she was making some quote about like 30 seconds is what it takes for like the first 3 seconds of meeting somebody, they judge you, blah blah blah, and the whole thing was me just ignoring her, going, huh?
Yeah.
Got like
It's
almost
goofy.
2,000 views.
Yeah. It's crazy. So how about, have you guys used Instagram Reels?
I have no idea what that is.
No.
No.
Okay. It's it's TikTok for Instagram,
Okay.
basically. So you get like, you can upload your clip just like TikTok. You can put all the stickers, the text, whatever. Well, I did one of those and was like, did all the hashtags that you're supposed to fucking put on there. 'Cause
Right.
It's all about hashtags now. And it was like, bam, like 1,400 views.
Nice.
But what I've noticed is the ones that get up there, they seem to like top out like 15. And they don't, and then all of a sudden it'll be like literally a minute. It's like your reel has over 1,000 views.
Do you want to promote it?
Yeah, no, it doesn't actually ask that. Most of the time it does.
Most
Yeah,
of the time
you want
it
to
does.
boost this to get even
Right.
more views? Yeah. some bullshit like that. But I'm like, holy shit, 1,000 views in a minute. You never get this on Facebook.
Not at all.
No, you would never.
You know?
I think the best we've ever done is like we'll get a couple hundred just for like that Dreamer teaser video. It's got I spent $10 and it got like 5,000.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But but Facebook almost, you know, in a way forces you to release your video directly to Facebook. Because
Oh, if you don't, it's trash.
if you put it on YouTube and you share a YouTube link,
Throttled.
Yeah.
your post is way down.
Yep.
Way down the list.
Yeah.
And as far as importance, I don't understand it. It's like, well, I mean, I
Well-
do understand it because you're directing to a different website.
Yeah. What a lot of people don't know is like when you upload something to Facebook, technically it becomes Facebook's property.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people know that.
They don't read the terms and agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all crazy. That's why I mean, I don't know. I love YouTube just because everything's free and you can upload it like as much as you want, as high quality as you want. Maybe somewhere in there it becomes YouTube's property too. I don't know. Probably not.
Well, the problem
So many people use it.
The problem I see with YouTube is like you were saying with Instagram and all these other platforms, you get 500 views just for jerking off.
Right.
You upload your video to YouTube. If you don't promote it yourself or do something yourself, you're not gonna get viewed. You're not gonna get put in that tab on the right.
It's all about subscribers.
Yeah, you're not gonna get in those recommended feeds.
Which we need to work on.
We've got like
Well-
200 subscribers,
We still
got
need to get, we
200?
need to get more.
like 260 some subscribers on our YouTube.
Okay, so I think at this current date, mine's at like 225, but you go to like your views. So what have you guys looked at your analytics? We don't have to get into specifics here.
Not sure.
This
Not
is getting
particular.
Brandon,
I've
Brandon
never-
covers all that.
But
I've never
a lot
peered
of
into YouTube specifically.
you haven't.
Not YouTube. I usually only check Facebook or Instagram.
Oh, it's
analytics.
great. It's got all the analytics like Facebook. But it'll be like a lot more of the percentages not subscribed because that's from you promoting it and trying to get all these other people to watch. It's just getting them to freaking subscribe. You know, it's hard. It's hard to direct when you're directing from any other platform to another platform. It's like, oh, I gotta click that button. You know what I
hard.
mean?
Well, I mean,
as the
I've-
person watching
Right.
it seems like nobody wants to take that extra step of like as soon as they have to click a link,
Which is
they
literally
scroll
just
by.
plastered all over everything on YouTube. There's always a subscribe button on the screen.
Yep,
Always.
always.
Like when it comes to those pre-saves, we probably have to share it to like 500 people to get 40.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's really hard. It's always a grind. And you're like, and sometimes
It's
you-
nonstop. for
sometimes you're just like, why the fuck am I even doing this anymore? I mean, you know why. Like that's
Yeah.
when you stop. You're like, well, I love to do it. That's why I'm
100%.
doing it.
We've had a lot
But
of moments that
you have moments,
We
yeah.
have. There's been so many good moments that like we're able to look back on and still like I can still open up our Spotify for artists and there's almost always like at least 5 people listening at any given moment. We've maintained 1,400 monthly listeners throughout the pandemic, and we peaked at like 17,000 monthly listeners after. We put out Order of the Black Worm all that time ago, and it got 150,000 streams, 17,000 monthly listeners, and
Did you
it's
get
like
put on some playlists?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it was
Yeah, so that helped you a lot.
somebody,
which is another
curator-
difficult task.
How
solid.
how did you achieve it? Did you just randomly got a email?
I think we got lucky that way.
Yeah.
We pitched.
I believe it.
We pitched the song, and well, that song is like based off of like an Elder Scrolls thing. Like, have you ever played Skyrim or Oblivion?
Oh, yeah.
It's based off of
Look at
the
his shirt.
yeah. We have.
Has he ever played?
Might not.
fucking-
yeah, for some reason I just decided to put
Oh,
this
yeah,
shirt
you know,
on today.
fucking
And you bring
Fallout.
up
the fucking company that
Well,
works on
in a-
the Elder Scrolls series, and he's wearing a Fallout shirt.
Well, in
Have you ever
Oblivion,
played it?
there's the Order of the Black Worm, Mannimarco, the King of Worms himself. And so I wrote, the Order of the Black Worm and a song called The King of Worms, all about that stuff. And I think
Right.
somebody at Spotify who's a curator caught the reference and was like, I like that, and put it
Yeah.
on a playlist, and
Put
it
it
did
on.
it did fantastically well,
That's awesome.
insanely well. And so seeing shit like that,
So were you seeing it? You know, obviously there's a drop off like everything, but then you start seeing it transit into the other songs that you have too. They're like, oh well, I like that one. Let me listen to
yeah.
this other song.
Out of all of the views we got on the one, people were moving on to the other ones like Lake of Fire, and those have like that's
Lake
got
of Fire's
like
done pretty well, yeah.
that's got
Yeah.
like 15.
That's got a music video, right?
Yeah,
I think our next single is probably going to do just as good. if
Dreamer
not better.
Dreamer is gonna do really really well. I think
Definitely.
it's really well done.
Before I forget this question, because that's what I do. So as the vocalist, as somebody who screams primarily, I'm sure you all and everybody that plays metal always hears, well, I can't understand it. Does that like ever? Do you ever feel like, man, I wish my message in the song was getting out more than it actually is?
No, not particularly. If you're the kind of person that you can't understand the metal lyrics, I guess that's kind of your problem. And I know it's an acquired sound.
Yeah, I'm one of
But-
those people. I can't understand everything all the time unless I like really look at the lyrics.
Right?
Yeah,
You got a lyric video, or something like that, then I can kind of like follow along. But I can't. I just like the sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It goes
right.
with the heaviness, so it's like, yeah, just whatever. I don't. It sounds good.
That's
But
how I feel.
But I can't make out what you're saying. So you could be saying gibberish for all I know. I don't give a shit because I've never really gave a shit about lyrics. I've always
Right.
just been music. As long as the music is good and you don't have a whiny voice, I'm good.
honestly, I mostly agree with that. I used to.
I think Brandon writes his lyrics for him.
Yeah.
I think Brandon writes
Yeah.
a lot
Well-
of his lyrics for himself, and anybody that can kind of relate to it will definitely be able to understand
Well, that's
it.
the way your lyrics are going to be most heartfelt, is if it's from yourself and for yourself, basically.
Most
I don't
of the
think you
time,
should
I'm
be
just-
writing songs for people. Like, well, everybody's going through a bad time. I'm going to write a song about depression now. You know what I mean? Like, no.
I'm sure that's happened.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure songwriters sitting in a back room that whole time, like, giving this one to whoever, giving this one to this person, have them sing it.
I never felt this feeling before in my life.
unless I decided to pick like a specific theme, like Elder Scrolls, just because I thought it was so cool. I pretty much just write about whatever's on my
That
mind.
one
at
was
the
still
moment.
written for Brandon.
Yeah,
Brandon wrote for Brandon during the Elder Scrolls theory.
I just wanted to be a nerd.
Right. No, not to say that you can't write music and put yourself in a frame of mind of, say you're just not depressed and I can write a depressing song.
Probably.
I'm not saying you can't do that, but I don't know. I just thought about. I was just like, your message that you're putting out to people. And then you hear, I can't understand it. I don't know. Maybe that might bother some people.
I would personally immediately direct them to like a lyric video, or like if it didn't have
Yeah.
a lyric video, I'd send them like a link to the lyrics because I
Now-
try to get those posted online.
Do you guys have like a lyric in your like little booklet and stuff like that for like CD? Did you do?
Not in our last one.
No, your
No,
last one.
you didn't have an.
No,
you
it
don't
was
have one on the
it was
EP?
just a pretty basic cardboard cheap CD thing, just so that I could sell them really cheap.
Are we gonna
Yeah.
do it for the next one?
Oh yeah.
We'll probably do it
We're
for
gonna
the
do
next one.
crystal cases with like a whole sheet in there.
Like an actual, like whole.
Yeah, it's
hard
gonna
body
have like
CD case.
lyrics, and it's gonna have everybody's names and like maybe like a couple
You
pictures.
gonna do it
or
yourselves?
something.
You gonna make them?
I'm gonna try to. That's usually how I did the
I
last
did.
two.
That's a fucking bitch.
I found this.
Do it.
I found this cool website. The way I did End of Humanity is I literally used Microsoft Paint,
Yeah.
and I just very carefully put all the colors that I needed in there and like the images, and I lined it up on this little. They gave me like a little template thingy. I lined everything up just so nice
Yup,
and neatly on it,
yup.
and it came out. I was like, oh, that's crispy.
Yeah.
It came out
That
really
cover
good.
was made in Microsoft Paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made
You
that.
can
the whole-
totally
that
do it in
CD.
Microsoft.
I made that CD in Microsoft Paint. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
We have so many better tools now.
I still made
You
it
can at
work.
least get to paint.net. Like that's an upgrade.
I made it work somehow.
That's what
I
I,
did it.
dude. I honestly, I got this video editing software, and it came with like a photo editor thing. I still use Paint.net just because I know it like the back of my hand. It's so much easier.
I mean, you gotta go with what works.
yeah.
lost my jewel.
Did you do that
You
with that?
lost your jewel. Well, you can look for it. What's your background as far as music?
Father, My father bought me my first drum set when I was 15, and I've been playing it ever since.
Really?
Yeah,
15.
yeah. I'm roughly about 33, I think.
Did he just buy it for you, or were you asking for one?
Oh, I definitely asked for one, and it just happened. I was excited. Best Christmas ever.
What made you want to get a drum set?
Not sure. I always kind of gravitated towards the drums. I like to bang on stuff. What are you doing?
It vanished.
What?
What?
My jewel.
Oh, dude, this is an ongoing investigation day to day.
It vanished.
Is it in the seat?
No.
Is it in your pocket? Check all of them. Put your hands in your pockets.
Put your hands in your pockets. Put your hands.
Check the douche.
The douche do?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that thing's called.
I don't know. You got COVID?
In your pocket? It was in his pocket.
It's in his pocket. Right after I'm like, you got COVID? And he's like, I got it.
No, I'm vaccinated.
So you're just gravitated towards drums. You just no particular reason. You're just like, I want to try playing drums, or I just want to play drums.
Yeah, I'm very coordinated.
Yeah.
So, and I've always been very
Can
coordinated.
you do the
and
whole like little army pat?
Yeah,
or something?
easily.
Very easily.
We were actually like
We were
I think
doing that the other
talking about
day.
Yeah.
And I just kind of picked it up pretty easily. I can play guitar. I can play pretty much any instrument that I pick up.
So
But,
when you started playing, what did you start playing too? Like, what was the first thing that you?
Oh, AC/DC.
AC/DC, yep.
Yeah, which is that's.
Oh yeah.
Not
you gotta start there.
Not a bragging point, but
I started with
I was
Beastie
15.
Boys.
See, that's a little bit better.
Beastie Boys, man. Are you kidding? No sleep till.
Yeah, it's not really.
Yeah.
The
It's
Beastie
basically
Boys, yeah.
AC/DC.
Yeah,
The
just-
Beastie Boys didn't necessarily have to be talented to be fucking kick
No.
ass.
No, they were like my favorite group at the time.
Neither
when I got
did
drums.
AC/DC.
But I mean, and hey, at least they admit it. Angus knows he's a millionaire because of 3 fucking chords.
It's true. You could basically blend their songs together.
How the Ramones got famous.
There's lots of bands like that.
Oh yeah.
Just repeat. Mm-hmm. And you can get away with it as long as it's a little different melody,
Yep.
or a little different. That's their sound.
I didn't start actually like really diving into trying to take the technicality of playing the drums farther until probably like Breaking Benjamin, and then eventually August Burns Red, which just fucking blew me away.
Yeah.
It blew me away as soon as Composure dropped, and I was like, I gotta learn how to play this.
I went.
And it was hard as fuck. I still don't know how to
System of
play
a
it
Down.
completely. Yeah, it was always easy to.
Yeah, but that was my next step after Beastie Boys
Okay,
was System of a Down. I was like, I want to play Toxicity.
right.
To where you went to. What was the second band you said? You said August Burns Red and what?
Like Breaking Benjamin.
Breaking Benjamin. Okay. Yeah. It's starting to get heavier.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is heavier music. So did you listen to a lot of classic rock then?
I still
When
do.
you're-
I
well,
still
I do too, but like when you're younger, is that
Like
kinda
what?
all that
Like
was
what are we
around?
thinking? Like classic rock? Because I'm thinking like Led Zeppelin.
AC/DC, Led Zeppelin,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Love them. Love
Clapton,
classic rock.
Clapton,
Less so, but
Less so.
yeah, I still listen to them.
yeah,
If it throws up on my my Pandora or Spotify,
you're right.
I have a very old playlist on there.
Very old
Yeah.
playlist.
Uh,
My playlist is like full of like pop remix, fucking dance, fucking metal, rock, and then piano shit.
okay.
Weird.
I was bugging the shit out of him on the way here. I made him listen to some of the weirdest shit.
It was like some like Russian dubstep.
Russian dubstep. So
Slavic hard bass.
Slavic hard bass. Yeah.
The hard bass.
I was taking a power nap because I've been up since 6 o'clock, and I went to work,
Thank you.
and then I just wake up. I'm like, what the fuck is this, and why is it not stopped yet? Because it's been like 30 straight minutes of the same beat. Just yeah,
You just gotta do the Slavic squat and fucking go with it.
bro, you're driving. You ain't squatting.
I'll figure it out. You remember me when we were taking the seats out of the van and I was like
Oh yeah.
sitting there with no seat right in front of it, like we drive like this. Got my foot all out, like ugh.
we die like men.
we drive like this.
In Soviet Russia, road drive on you.
I felt like I was in a Call of Duty game. Actually, no. Metro Prime or Metro, whatever that fucking game. You know what the game I'm talking
I have
about,
like
Jesse?
all of 10 minutes
Metro.
invested into Metro.
I'm a Battlefield guy.
I played the first Metro,
Battlefield, definitely.
and then I didn't play the rest of them. It was weird as fuck.
I never
No,
played
it gets
that.
weird. Like at
Does
the
it?
first, no, honestly,
Isn't
I was
there like
bored.
aliens and shit?
I was bored with it. Like you probably were 10 minutes in. Like I'm like, this is okay.
it wasn't
whatever.
bad.
It's
like
not bad.
I just couldn't really like jump into it, and then it just never hooked me.
The end of it is fucking weird.
What'd you think about Cyberpunk?
I haven't played it.
Really?
Great.
It's not bad.
I beat
It's
it.
not worth
twice.
$60.
The
but
first. How long did it take me to beat it twice?
it's not very long.
Like 3 days.
Yeah.
Well, did you just go through the game, or did you do all the side quests and shit too?
The second time I just breezed through the main story.
Right.
The first time I actually went through and did majority of the side quests.
'Cause
I played it as if I was just kind of like freely open into this.
I think the last game that I was fully invested in was Outer Worlds.
That
haven't
wasn't a
played that
bad
one.
game. I was mad at how short it was, but
Yep.
it
It
wasn't
doesn't even matter if
it
you
wasn't
watch the
bad.
speed run.
But see, I'm playing. I'm obviously wearing a Fallout shirt,
Dude,
so
it's like
that's kind of shit I get into.
The guy beats it in like 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
That's fucked up.
it was pretty messed up. Like
What?
and the devs, like the creators of
Like,
it,
no,
actually
that's
watched
illegal.
it, and they were like, "Dude, I knew exactly what he was gonna do, and I can't believe you fucking did it."
Well, that's the thing is the developers, they
Yeah.
know their fans, and they
Yeah.
know, like, they know us.
Yeah.
Basically, they know we're going to not just breeze through the storyline the first time through. We're
Right.
going to do all the side shit.
Right.
And like, I
Enjoy
do
the
that
game.
purposely. I
Yeah.
did that purposely in like Fallout, not Elder Scrolls. I
Right.
just like
Obsidian.
save the main quests and like
Right.
do all this side shit.
Obsidian had to know that they were getting Bethesda's entire fan base. They knew somebody was going to come break that game.
Which one?
Outer Worlds.
Oh yeah.
Because, yeah, they attracted, all the Fallout Elder Scrolls
wasn't-
fans. Somebody was going to break
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah, that was well. There's like 2 developers involved with like Skyrim and or something. Skyrim and Fallout. What am I talking about here, Jesse? Do you know what I'm talking about?
You thinking of ZeniMax?
No. Well, Bethesda isn't all of Bethesda. Is that all of us Elder Scrolls too?
Bethesda
believe
has
so.
always, Bethesda's
Yeah.
always had Elder Scrolls, but not Fallout.
Not Fallout.
They
Fallout
bought
was-
the IP from Interplay, and Interplay became Obsidian.
Yeah.
Obsidian. That's what I'm talking about. Now, who made Outer Worlds?
Obsidian.
Obsidian. I like the way they did it.
That's because they're the first people that actually made Fallout.
Right.
They originally made it.
Now, I like them all, but that one just seemed to flow better.
Are you guys excited for the news? Oh shit! I thought I was
Oops.
gonna throw that over.
That's all right.
The new game that Bethesda's coming out with.
No.
Not at all.
Which one is it?
It's like something in space.
Starfield.
Starfield.
No, I'm
I
pissed
haven't
as
heard.
fuck about it.
I didn't
Why?
watch the E3 shit.
If Starfield doesn't come out absolutely freaking incredible, then I have no hope for the Elder Scrolls 6. And if the Elder Scrolls 6 is anything short of the most amazing thing I have ever played, I'm driving to Massachusetts. I'm beating the shit out of Todd Howard.
That was a rant if I've ever seen one.
Elder Scrolls.
I agree with him.
6. So
I'll drive.
Are they including the online shit with that?
I hope not.
No.
Elder
So-
Scrolls needs to stay.
So what's Elder Scrolls 5? Skyrim?
Basically.
Okay.
And they're trying to come out with 6. That's
Really?
probably going to be in the Iliac Bay, just like Daggerfall was. Not nearly as big as Daggerfall, but it's still going to surround the Iliac Bay, which is a section of Hammerfall and High Rock. And I think it's going to go through stuff that happened after the events of Daggerfall and the whole King Lysandus thing.
Dude, honestly, this just goes to show you like how quality of the games it is. Because I didn't know shit about fucking Elder Scrolls before I played Skyrim.
Right.
And I didn't give a shit because the whole story was good to me.
Dude,
I don't know any of the backstory.
There's so much
but dude,
like backstory and
that's
lore
like you
that
ever
you're
played
missing
like
out on.
Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. Like
Yeah, it
that?
goes. I would argue Elder Scrolls would go even maybe deeper than,
You can't
than
talk
some
like that.
Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons is
Huge.
They're both just built off of what was it? The Lord of the Rings dude, Tolkien or whatever.
Tolkien.
Yeah, they're both built off of that.
Damn.
Whole 100% inspired by Tolkien.
I'd believe it.
There's such a just a huge backstory.
Lord of the Rings is
with this
old
shit.
as hell.
Like the 50s, I think.
I believe so, yeah.
Well, even no, I'm not a big Star Wars fan.
I heard they did get approved to do the Silmarillion,
That'd be cool.
which is
What?
like the beginning of Middle Earth
That'd
for
be
the Lord of the Rings.
That'd be really cool to see.
Yeah.
I love that lore.
But I think they're going to do a
So how many
like a
books
series.
and shit are there on that stuff?
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the Silmarillion, then you've got, The Hobbit, and the 3 Lord of the Rings books.
Where does everybody get
There's-
their lore information from?
What do you mean? For what?
Well,
It's
because
probably fan made.
No.
No?
Not Lord of the Rings.
well, I mean,
no.
like, well, yeah, well, I mean,
the son, Tolkien's son, actually, was the.
was he like a lore master?
I believe he wrote this, helped write this, or finish the Silmarillion.
Because I know in in Elder Scrolls, there's all sorts of books and all sorts of, all kinds of scrolls and books and whatnot laying around where you could read and take in all sorts of information.
Oh, right, yeah.
And things that you'll never be able to play, but that happened, wars and
Yeah, but do you remember all that shit even now?
yeah.
You do?
I'm such a nerd. I watched
We're pretty-
Shoddy
yeah, we're
Cast.
pretty-
I watched this thing called Shoddy Cast, and they did a whole series documentary, and they're like 20-minute episodes, and there's like 50 of them documenting all the Daedric princes, all the divines.
really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, look up just Elder Scrolls lore by Shoddy Cast. It's cool.
Is that the
Shout
one where he
out.
just straight up just talks about all of the back lore and the creation of
Yeah, but
Tamriel?
it's all documentary settings, so he's it's
Yeah.
really well done. The first ones are a little old and cringy and not well done, but the further it got, the more money he made. It was really well produced. He even got Wes Johnson at one point to do one of his videos, who is the voice of Shea Gorath and a shit ton of the voices in
Okay.
Oblivion. Wes Johnson's the guy that says, "Stop right there, criminal!
Yeah.
You violated the law."
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I get way into the Elder Scrolls. I love it a lot.
Yeah.
And I know a ton about Fallout too, and things that happened in other sections of the world where you don't get to play,
Really?
and of course things that happen in the regions you get to play.
It's just crazy how it just expands out. That's what I was going to reference to Star Wars. Is there's I know people that are really into it, and they listen to all the audiobooks, and there's so many books.
Yeah,
that
but they're
go
not-
along with it.
Unfortunately, they're not
Canon?
canon anymore, which that was a
Is that
pretty big
because
kick in
of
the balls.
Is that because of
Well,
Disney?
Yeah, 100%.
They
Well,
broke it.
since when though? What do you mean they're not anymore? So since when?
Since they started doing, since Disney bought it.
Which was not too long ago.
No,
right?
not too long ago.
Yeah. So he's talking about all these books that have been out. They're just
But still, I think the
so
fan,
many. I'm
yeah.
like, how do you keep up with it all?
I think that
And you
the-
got real
the
life
fan
to go
base-
along with it.
I think the fan base is pushing hard enough that a lot of them are gonna start coming back and be canon.
I mean, the fans ultimately get to decide what's canon. That's like arguing about
Right.
Dragon Ball Z shit, what's canon and what's not.
GT is not.
No, not anymore. At least it's definitely
makes
not
sense.
anymore.
That makes sense.
Dragon Ball Z was one of those shows I didn't get to watch all the time because I didn't have fucking Cartoon Network.
That's not fun. I pirated that shit. I still have
Still pirate it.
all of it. Oh, I just have the files saved on a flash drive. I'll never lose it.
So you just got them all just built up there.
Yeah.
I remember having to stay up till fucking 11 or midnight when then there would be the all-night marathon
Right.
of fucking Dragon Ball Z at my cousin's house because
That was
he had
11.
fucking yeah
11.
11.
That shit came on at 11.
Yeah, that's why I was 11 or midnight or something. Yeah, 11 would come on. Hell yeah. We got the popcorn popped, everything. I'm like, I need to catch up, bro.
That's another thing. I'm one of the guys that's sweaty as fuck on the internet arguing about no, Broly's canon. No, he's not.
Definitely is.
Dude, everybody
He
has
is
their-
after the movie. The old Broly movie, not canon.
That's stupid.
The old Broly movie's not canon.
It's the same fucking movie, though.
No, it's not.
It's basically the same
It is not
movie.
different. The new movie,
That's
they
what I
gave
just said.
Broly a reason to be so pissed off. The first movie, Broly was pissed because Goku cried too much. Why was they actually gave him a good backstory this time around. His father beats him and shit.
It's a good backstory.
Child
man.
abuse is not funny.
Child abuse, bro.
Not funny.
It hits home.
Paragus was a dick.
Yeah, he got fucked up.
He did.
Dude, I watched that movie opening day.
I did too. I went
That
to
was
the theater. It was
fantastic.
fucking great.
Yep.
I loved all the memes where it was like, "Do it, Bobby," and it was like, fucking Bobby Boucher instead of Broly.
Yeah. I just. How about the Pokemon when that came into theaters? Remember that big old thing?
Like the
Like
the,
the
original
original?
Pokemon movie.
Yeah, I don't know. You got like the free Mew card and stuff. Like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the one
yeah,
the
I
one where
remember
the
that.
one where what was it? Fucking Pikachu died, and Ash was about to fucking beat Mew's ass.
Oh goodness.
As like the fandom over that was absolutely insane.
That's pretty big.
They didn't have to make all those kids cry in the theater, but they did.
I didn't go see it.
Oh yeah, it's like if you were a little kid and you saw that shit in the theater. So like yeah, Pikachu like gets turned to stone. Ash starts crying. All the kids
Yeah,
are
I
crying.
remember the scene now from seeing it, but yeah, I can imagine all those kids in the fucking theater, dude.
Ash
Oh,
had no
damn.
problem throwing hands with fucking the most powerful Pokemon there is.
You still got your cards?
I used to.
You used to? Did
Yeah.
you sell them?
Oh, I have no idea where they went.
Oh, you don't know where they went.
Nah.
I treated mine like shit.
Did you?
I had a binder, had a lot of holographic cards that would be worth some buco bucks today, and
only
they're
you'd-
just fucking gone.
If you'd have had that Charizard, fucking
did.
money.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid. My
I had
cousin
a-
sold
I had a
his for
holo-
like
I had a-
$4,000.
I had a
Really?
I had a
Yeah.
holographic for the main three.
Yeah, my cousin had like the first edition Holo Charizard. Money.
I never got.
Dude, it's like $300,000 right now.
Really?
Yeah.
There's like I think there's like two different first. There's one that's worth only a few grand, and then there's like Jake Paul, that asshole. he wore one of the super rare Charizards to his boxing match.
Oh,
Had it
so
around his
that's
neck.
why he was wearing it.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it's one of the rarest.
now it's probably worth even more because even though it's Jake Paul, that's fucking Jake Paul's Charizard.
Can you imagine being famous just from social media?
No,
As hard as it is, I can't imagine.
As hard as it is,
No.
like you're creating good music. Good music. Like yeah, people should listen to this, and you're not like a TikTok star. And then you look at a TikTok star, you're like, dude, you just dance. And I swear to God, like I haven't had it that long, but I swear to God, it picks the music like that most fits your video.
There's
Like the random music that comes up when you want to add music to it.
oh, it just like it chooses
Like
something
it
for
almost like kind of like knows what to pick, so it makes it really easy for you to make videos. And you're like, this is so easy. And here I am putting all this time. It's like, what did you do? Danced in your bikini?
So you can actually go in and fucking
takes-
get up
Shit.
whatever's featured, or at least like they have like a TikTok trending playlist.
Well, think about this though. Like, think of so imagine it hasn't happened to us, but imagine we spend a whole month writing a banger. Months, I mean hours and days of our time, and picking it down, telling them I need a new mix, and it blows up a little bit on TikTok, but then some TikToker with big tits is the reason it blew up because she took your month's hard work, 15 minutes, shook her titties, and now your song's popular.
No shit.
We just got to pay her,
She would get paid off of the TikTok.
probably.
Yeah. However, she's getting paid off TikTok.
I mean,
however you get
TikTok-
paid from that.
TikTok pays like ass.
We might be able to find somebody to do
Well,
that.
it's gotta
for us for
pay
the-
like
for Dreamer.
I mean,
I bet you we could.
Yeah.
It would be
the
it'd be
breakdown?
for really sad TikToks.
Nah.
Or we-
No.
like- I want to
Sad
figure out
Just the
TikToks?
I don't-
breakdown.
How could
The
we
song's
take
not
our
sad
TikToks?
itself.
The only way, like, how could we take our TikToks and make them like funny or something that could go viral?
it's
like,
all about what you put in
You
to
gotta talk
keep
to
their
Andrew.
attention. You gotta strategically place text when it pops up.
Right.
You'll see people and they'll be like pointing to shit. And it may not even be that interesting. You're like, why did I watch that? But it makes you keep watching because they're doing shit like that. Or if it's popping up at
Super
strategic
engaging.
times.
the best one that I ever put with my own music, like I put Lake of Fire on it, trying to promote it on TikTok, and I took like this flashing screen. It flashes a bunch of colors and it's just bright and color, and took a dancing little duck, and put this dumbass little duck in there.
Yeah.
And it's playing Lake of Fire, and that got like I don't know 800 views.
Yeah. It's weird.
A ridiculous duck. But if I put a video of myself promoting it, trying to look angry or something because death metal, but
Yeah.
nobody cared about that. But the little dancing duck, everybody liked
No,
that.
dude, you can't advertise as like death metal.
Dearth metal.
Dearth metal. You can't do that. You gotta
It's a
get
new
it.
genre.
Honestly, if this is the music you want to play,
Right.
and we all know I played. It wasn't as like death metal, but it was heavy metal. We all know that when we go in and playing it, it's not the most like richest, famous fucking career you're ever gonna get,
Oh,
unless
yeah,
you make it
absolutely.
like a fucking Slayer or you're like a I don't know, even a Whitechapel or somebody, just somebody like
That's I think the second coming of those bands is happening, like where people
But
actually like.
have you know-
like,
unless
have
you
to take
get
it off.
there, we know it's not like this big lucrative
There's a-
career.
right. There's
It's
a-
They say that-
you're gonna be able to make it, but you want to get your song in one of those like the blind kid in football, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" How many
Right.
people fucking looked up that song after that? You know what I mean? You almost want to get it in one of those like meme states, and you're like, "Yes, that's my fucking song."
Right.
Yeah.
You almost do.
But they say and they theorize that like a lot of bands like doing what we're doing, like if you get to a certain point and don't take it any farther, you only last typically about 5 years.
Right.
Like in
And
the
then
actual like when you get signed, you
Yeah.
know, and you're actually like in the thick of it, like it's only like 5 years until you either you die or you grow.
It's that there's that Motionless in White song. It's like 507 is the name of the song or something. But at the end of the song, there's a whole line where he's like, it's like no sleep, no sleep, some shit, dedication, 10 years on the road. That's the secret. That was his line in the song. It's like 10 years on the road. That's the secret. That's how you make it. That's what you do. You gotta survive. 10. If you can make it 10 years, you'll probably make it.
I don't know, man.
If you can kick it for 10 years, and
You got to throw out a lot of fucking material during that
gotta-
During that
span.
10 years,
you gotta
right.
have content. You gotta
You
have
got to think like you got to do at least like an album every 3. There has to be a brand new album every 3 years.
Every 3 years.
at least.
And then each one has to evolve a little bit, and that fourth one everybody has to hate.
So you guys, when was the last release for
And
your
that's
album?
new.
It wasn't a full album. It was an EP.
EP.
Was the End of Humanity, and I think that dropped in 2019.
2019. Okay.
We're due for another one.
You're due for another one, right? So have you guys thought about this releasing singles approach?
Absolutely,
We do.
We've
Or is
already released 3 prior.
So is that
or
no?
before
I
this.
mean just strictly singles until you get all the way done with your album, and then release an album compilation.
That's basically what we've been doing because we've had
Okay.
a lot of struggles to go through in the last 2 years since End of Humanity dropped. Member
That and
changes.
with the lineup changes and the pandemic. And
Yeah. And because we've been working on
All
this
that
new
bullshit.
album for well over a year, almost 2 years, and it's I want to say only halfway
so
done.
what was it? Lake of Fire? Is that what you said? Or obviously I just
Lake of
butchered
Fire
it.
was
Lake of Fire-
a year ago, wasn't it?
Lake of
Yeah,
Fire
is that going to
would-
be on this? Is that what you're talking about? Would be
Yeah,
on this upcoming album?
Lake of Fire would be a single for this album, yes.
For this album,
But
anything released since
we released Lake of Fire, Forever,
Fire?
and Rigor Mortis.
Rigor Mortis.
Those are all 3 singles for this upcoming album.
We're about to do one more.
And it's going to be an album, not an EP.
Yeah, this is going to be a full length LP.
How many
and,
songs are we talking?
At least 10. We might shoot for more. We have all
Jesse,
kinds
do
of
you want
talks
some?
about. It's going to be at least 10, maybe 12 talks of like a deluxe, but that's
think-
kind of all in the air and wishy-washy. So,
I think that's just Andrew being a little overzealous with it.
well, I wanted to do the
Which
deluxe album.
Well, yeah,
but if-
probably like maybe we can take and just get some bonus content like re-recording order.
yeah, I mean, we could
That'd be
do
sweet, like a live version of it.
we could do just about anything.
Yeah, we have
Like, yeah, the power's in our hands. It's-
exactly.
Right.
I think we should definitely try to stick to 10 though.
But what if you just released that
That'd
whole
be all right.
album as singles?
You mean like what Bring Me the Horizon disc just did?
That would be expensive.
They basically just
Maybe.
released an EP as just a bunch of singles. They just dropped all the singles at the same time.
Well, isn't that an album drop?
basically. But it's not an album. It's not an LP.
There's no album to
That's
buy.
a very
There's
weird
no
album
to buy.
drop.
It's an EP.
So wait, they didn't.
Or
They're
EP
not.
to
It's not.
buy.
It's
You
not.
can't buy anything.
You can't buy an entire collaborated.
I'm pretty sure
EP.
you can buy like the
song.
songs.
Yeah.
You have to buy them all separately though.
Right.
Probably.
That must be their trick. So it's still, it's still an album in
They
its
all
own
have the
sense,
same
but
cover.
yeah, exactly.
They all have the same cover.
I bet you if you were to go to a show, you could buy the CD. Maybe I bet. Well, they're so
Maybe.
big. They're so big. It's probably at Best Buy.
Maybe.
Well, I just think it's a good strategy nowadays with the low attention span that everybody has.
Right. I don't feel like nobody really buys like full length CDs anymore.
The only reason people do is because
They pick out their songs.
they come to the show and it's a nice
Yeah.
novelty.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It's a novelty. Yeah, there's people that have like just CD collections because they just want the physical copy.
It's just
So
nice
it's
to like.
wanted.
You don't even have to pop it in nothing ever.
No,
it could literally
ever.
stay in its package, but you've got this. It contains that. You know what it is.
Or still,
Right.
people are driving around cars too. They got CD players still. You know, I mean, shit. You know, like that's all I got. I don't got a fucking, aux cord yet.
I mean, there was a time where I was driving like a 1994 Saturn, and it had a CD player in it. That was all it had, no aux, no nothing.
Yeah.
And so when I wanted to listen to my demos, I didn't have good speakers at the time. I would burn a freaking CD with my demo on it, go out to my car, and shove it in the CD player and
Just to
listen.
see how it sounds too.
Yeah.
You got to see how it sounds in the car.
Oh, the car test is very important.
Very important.
Oh yeah, no,
Very important. I've never done it for this
my,
podcast, so I apologize if anybody's listening in the car. They're like, "This is too fucking bassy."
It's just like straight ASMR in your ear.
It's just his voice.
Just crank the gain knob.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fucking fast food speaker.
Or a
But yeah,
cassette
you got to
player
do
like
the car
fucking
test
Nam.
though. So yeah, you're going out there, you're popping that burnt CD in there. You're fucking listening.
Our guitarist Dom, he's also like our engineer, our audio engineer. He was sending us mixes for Dreamer, and he's like, Brandon, go out to your car and listen to this. And I'm like, geez, okay. Everybody in my house, they like think I'm like crazy. I'll be like, I'll be back in like 4 minutes. And like, what are you doing? I gotta go listen to this in my car. Like,
Yeah.
why? I'm like, what do you mean why? I gotta. It's the car test.
This is the car test. I get the same question too. What are you doing?
I gotta listen to it
I
in my
have to
car.
listen to it in the car. Make sure.
Crank the bass, crank the volume.
That's where people want to crank their shit too. You get up to that
Absolutely.
stoplight, you're like, yeah,
You got to see how it sounds.
turn it up.
And like,
Turn it up
and
a
you
little bit.
notice things like, I don't know. One thing that bothers me about a lot of like modern metal mixes is where I think they didn't do the car test. You crank the bass up and you crank the volume because you're jamming, and a bass drop hits, and the bass drop was so thick, it like mutes the rest of the track.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. It like it ruins the sound. I have to turn my bass down. I don't want to turn my bass down.
It has to just be that rumble and that you hear the sound, but just that that gets you down in your spine. Like,
Right.
you know.
If I'm right, I wish Dom was here.
Shakes your
Dom would be able to.
buttocks.
Dom would be able to explain why it does that the best.
Yeah,
but
Dom
it's-
was supposed to be here.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
he had to-
You were
he
originally
had to
weren't
work.
supposed to be here.
he
I
got
wasn't.
screwed over with work.
It's okay.
I think, but I think basically the bass drop usually in 808 it's too loud, and it's so loud and it's not compressed enough, or like there isn't like maybe you just don't want to do that to it. It seriously overpowers the decibels of everything else, and it'll like quiet down the rest of the track, and it just doesn't sound as good. So if you were to just bring it down a little bit, you're still gonna get that feeling. You're still gonna get that,
Yeah, right.
but you're not gonna diminish the sound of the rest of the mix. And there's a lot
it's
of
supposed
songs
to just
like
be
that.
an added thing to it. It's not
Yeah.
supposed to be the thing. That's why
Yeah.
it's being treated as the thing. This is what everybody wants to hear is a bass drop.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fun live. You hear the big bass
Oh,
boom,
yeah.
but like you can still hear the band live. So that's
Right.
the thing that makes it cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You still
and
want it to hit pretty fucking hard.
Oh, you do. That's what I mean. You want to feel it. You want to
definitely- you have
hear
to
it.
feel
You
it.
want to hear it hit and feel it in your chest or your spine.
But you don't want it to take away from.
Yeah, you want it.
everything
You want
else.
it. You want it to thump
You still
your
want to
chest,
hear the
but you want
during it.
you want it. You want the music to be with it. That's what makes it. That's what makes it cool. The music's got to be with it.
Right.
It's like peanut butter and jelly.
Exactly. It all gels together.
Got to mix it well. And I think that comes from the lack of the car test, because people have extraordinary bass systems in their car, So you need to go test it in something with a little bit of extra oomph in it for no reason.
Well, that's
and
where
see what you get and go adjust on that.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, but is everybody doing that? You know, like how many more people are mixing and mastering tracks nowadays than there was, back, let's just say even 10 years ago.
Oh, it's oversaturated.
You know
Probably-
what I mean?
yeah, probably a lot.
So many people are fucking doing this shit now.
I mean, 3 of our members
So
are
easily
capable producers.
Right.
attainable.
You can do it yourself. So you might even have a lot of these, coming out there that they just didn't think to do the car test.
That's why all
they,
these TikTok
again-
stars are becoming famous singers.
Exactly.
Hey, anybody listening who needs inspiration, if you got a cheap computer and you go buy this $100 little box called a Scarlett Solo, plug it in and shove your guitar in, you can download so many free programs and record your own demos that sound okay.
Okay.
Okay. They're okay to post.
They're okay.
Remember all
They'll get the
people-
job done for a little bit.
Yeah,
You may have been one of
could
these
start
people.
up off of them for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but you remember all those people posting the videos of their like MIDI drums and shit?
Right.
It'd be like,
love
like I
MIDI.
just
Like
came
that-
up with this brutal ass song, dude. Check it out.
The MTV fucking music mixer from fucking like the late early millennium,
Like,
Oh,
2000.
I'm not sure about that.
I
Or
love-
no, are you talking about on the PlayStation?
No,
Oh, okay.
I
Because there
love
was
There
a
was
music
PC
maker.
There
on
was
the
a
PlayStation.
music maker on the PlayStation.
What was that? Was that MTV something too?
I don't know.
Oh, okay,
That I don't know.
but there was.
I got hours put into that MTV music maker.
The thing about it for me is that like me, I had a guitarist once and he'd use like Guitar Pro and it'd be like, like this video game shit. And I'd be like,
Like,
okay, I get the idea. Then we jam it out. Okay, that's fine. But why are you like people would be posting it online? Like, check out this brutal song I wrote. And then just, like MIDI, there's this weird video game guitar. Like, it's not how it's ever going to sound. Like, why are you
Yeah.
posting this, dude? Like, it sounds like shit.
For the Mario music.
Yeah.
Now I think it's completely okay if you're gonna write your song using Guitar Pro. That's fine, but at least learn it and then record it
And then
after
post
that.
it.
Yeah.
Don't post the Guitar Pro version.
If you're gonna use it to help you write and then you learn it after that, that's
perfectly fine. Like I said, I got plenty of shit sent in my email, like it's a Guitar Pro track. He's like, I put drums on it, but you can obviously change them. I'm like, yeah, you got me hit with 3 hands here, bud.
That's what I have to do to him because sadly, well, I write the MIDI drums and I gotta, and I'll send him
You've
some
been doing
shit.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really good at it, but sometimes I really love that fast double bass shit and I just can't help it. So I'll send it to him and he's like, "Come on, dude."
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't good at
It's-
it. So he would have like me with literally 3 hands, like 2 cymbals and a snare
Oh,
being hit.
oh,
And
no,
like,
you can't do that.
the-
No.
like, dude.
The first EP, End of Humanity. There's some stuff in there where I need to be a fucking octopus.
So when you recorded
No,
your
there's no-
last
there's-
album, though, did you do it live or did you do MIDI drums?
For what?
Your last album, did you record all the drums live? Or,
So,
or like
that
did you record
first-
them, or did you
I
use
came
the
I
MIDI?
came in after
Yeah.
the EP was dropped.
Okay, you came in
So
after the EP.
that's all brand.
Those were all programmed drums on the first EP, and he came in after the fact because we were legitimately playing a few shows with no drummer. I backtracked the drums live
Dumb.
and pulled them off. We came second place in the Q106 homegrown throwdown with no drummer.
What?
Yeah.
No
And then we
way.
came- and then we
Holy
came second
shit.
place.
Runner up to Heart
And
of Jordan
and
with no drummer.
And was it? You said this was a live performance?
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
no drummer.
absolutely.
Yeah, they
Wow.
And then I messaged him. I got a contact from him from a friend of another band, and he wanted to
Boom.
join, and boom, there it was. He learned that whole EP in like 2 weeks.
There you go.
I was
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
impressed with myself.
So
not
so
gonna lie.
going forward though, are you gonna do them? Do the
Yeah, I'm
drums?
right. I'm
Oh,
writing
yeah.
all the drums. now.
But you're gonna do, like for the album though. Are you gonna record the drums?
Yep.
Lake
That's
of
what you're
Fire,
doing.
all those 3 singles that are currently out, like I said, Lake of Fire, Forever, and Rigor Mortis, all have live drums.
Okay. Yeah.
This guy.
Well, well, the way people do like the recorded drums and stuff nowadays, or the MIDI drums and stuff too, like they can take what you play and put it in there.
Oh yeah, no,
You
like
know what
we.
I mean? But I just like the feel of the live or just doing it.
So the way that
more.
we
I can tell
have
it
been
seems
doing
like
it.
sometimes.
Yeah, the way that we've been doing it is like we'll have like kind of like some driving drums, and then I'll jazz them up. They do get fixed, digitally for like my mistakes and
Oh, yeah,
everything.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like
Yeah.
we have digital recordings of like my specific set. to where like if we have anything that's just kind of like a mishap or anything like that, we can just easily fix it and it sounds exactly the same.
Right.
But for the most part, like I'll learn or tweak the drums so that they're playable, and then I'll do a live recording of that, and then anything else going further, like it does get a small digital rendering.
The only amount of
Fixes,
MIDI,
but-
the most amount of MIDI that goes on it is usually like the pedals, just because it we'll
want
dub
everything
over.
tight.
It'll just no, it's not
Yeah,
that it's tight.
well,
It's
that too. They need to be like super tight.
you get that
Yeah.
nice super clicky sound.
Yep.
It just like you get a punchy
Yep.
sound. So we just match those pedals up to his pedals, and it makes those thicker. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as like the cymbals, a lot of those are his. Like all the cymbals are going in, and his pedals are still in there. All of his everything is still
I
in there
think-
with, like he said, a couple of extra driving bits going on.
I
in
think
there.
if you're recording, like having like a what's a trigger on your kick is like essential, because like maybe you're like you don't need it, but just to get the boom boom, the solid boom boom every time you hit it,
Right.
Because sometimes you might be doing it for a while, then maybe your left leg gets a little bit weaker. You might not be able to tell live, but in the recording, you're gonna be like. It's like
Yeah.
do. You can kind of hear it.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
fucking pisses
in the
you off.
recording, that's where Dom is the king, because he will actually meticulously sit there and split each hit segment and
but what a bitch.
physically
Now
adjust it.
imagine if you just
Yeah.
had the
Trigger.
trigger. And then every hit, it would register that little lighter hit
Right.
as the same.
Yeah. It kind of works the same way as like an electronic drum kit.
Right.
Drum kit, and it cleans it up and
Fuck,
Dom.
So
my
even
electric
like
kit
the-
doesn't. My electric kit registers lower hits.
does it.
Dom
Yeah.
will physically just move your pedal to the right orientation.
But
Well, you can go through, you can quantize shit. You go through, you can quantize the hits and everything. Boom, 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 boom. So it's like, right on. But I remember there's times when I was recording, like there was like a snare miss. It's like, oh fuck. I just take a clip of the snare, put it there. Like, I'm not gonna fucking re-record something where I just
No, you can
fucked
just
up. Yeah, I'm not,
I would.
Yeah.
I would go back and make sure that I hit it or at least got fucking
Really?
close,
You
yeah.
wouldn't take like a great snare hit and just
Yeah.
place it there? No, I did, and it sounded great.
we can do
Like
that.
I
You
know
don't
I
have
can.
to
Like
be
I
so
know I
picky.
can. I know I can play it. I just like was nervous recording it because I'm like.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a difference.
When you start recording, as soon as that metronome hits,
It's like having a camera on you.
it is.
Yeah.
It's like you're like fuck.
I
Right.
love that.
100%.
You practice the shit like 100 times, then you go in, push record.
Yeah, it happens, dude.
Yeah,
And it's
100%.
like, fuck. Dude.
I don't know how to music.
I also I'll play it over and over. I'll play it like I think Lake of Fire. I think I played like 26 times before we were actually like all said and done with the recording.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying. Yeah,
And-
I think I was like 19 or something
Yeah.
for mine too. Like just going.
And Lake of
through.
Fire is like easy, but I was being like meticulous and I wanted it to be easier, but it,
Yeah.
now I know that song and I can ghost it, which is kind of that's the level that I want to be at when learning
That's-
the
you
song.
You don't even
That
gotta really
song-
think about it. It
That
just
song
comes,
doesn't
it just,
feel right without the backtrack.
It doesn't.
No.
We got
Now,
some
do
more
you
too.
control the backtracking, or who controls that?
I think I control it on stage more
On
so
stage,
than
that's-
not.
yeah.
He controls actually like building it.
Building it. What do you mean?
So we build an entire set list. We have different set lists ranging from
Oh, you build the set list.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like a 20-minute
but
set,
you
there's a
control
30-minute
the backing
set.
tracks. Is what
Basically, yeah.
All
Yeah.
we have to do is pretty much just push play, and so I take the interface and it goes out left and right, obviously. So I take a splitter and those, what's it called? The RCA cables. It's just the left and right audio RCA cables into one channel that goes out into an XLR that goes into the PA system. And the other side goes out into a wireless box that transmits into several different in-ear boxes that we get. In Reaper or whatever DAW, you can use any DAW probably. You make two different buses, and one pan's left, one pan's right. This separates them out of the box. One going out to the PA, one going in. The one going into your ears, you build a metronome to all your songs, and anything that you want to go out to the speakers, like bass drops or kind of like
Maybe if you have like a third guitar but no third guitarist.
So when you're
And-
building this, you build the whole set list, and then you have to like keep in time with like this whole set list.
Yep.
So as soon as the song's done, you have 30 seconds until the next one starts.
Exactly.
You can't start it yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
We can if
So
you
you-
want to be like super meticulous,
So
but it's not. I
you
feel
You
like
can't really be in the moment then.
We can set it up that way, but recently we've been doing it just one long.
So
Yeah.
you
run.
can't get caught up in any sort of moment. You have to like move on. Like
Yeah.
here it is.
Not as it is right now. It can
now.
be set up to be that way,
Yeah.
but then you have to have somebody, stop and play.
Right.
And
Well, so you don't have like any sort of like pad or anything like that, like an Alesis sample pad or something.
No.
Get one.
I want to.
Get one, bro.
That'd be
Get
fun.
one.
would that
'Cause you-
still be able to do
No,
like
'cause then-
what we do with the DAW, where we're able to split the channels so that we get a click and outer gets bass drops?
I got one here. I'll show you after we're done. It's got a bunch of like out ports and shit for everything.
That would be nice to see.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
and
if I
then you
wanted
just
to
have
do
a
like
pad.
the
Boom.
bass drops myself,
Yup.
I like the setup that we have.
Well, I
though.
was wondering if
Yeah. If you got something where you can program it through there and you're fine with it, it's a hell of a lot easier.
like, would it be
But-
able to just be like hit a button and it runs
Yep.
this whole track?
Yep.
Yep.
And we'd be able to
Same way with
set
having,
like
like,
different
a-
presets
Yep.
for different
Yep.
Oh yeah. You just
Be the
upload
same
the
thing
file.
as having like it's basically just like a trigger. Like you just trigger the song.
Yep.
But you can also do that setup with like an iPad, which is a lot of what
you
like
can do that too.
national touring acts
Yep.
will have. They have.
But
like, a
if you
little
wanted to
iPad
have the
attached
option
there.
of being able to hit, you can have your bass drop there or whatever.
Yep.
Because you can also be feeling it too. You'd be like, we never have a bass drop here, but what if we did one? Just,
Yeah, usually
You're back there like,
if we
yep,
have an idea, if we have an idea like that, they have to look at me directly.
like the beginning of Let's
and-
Eat Nick.
Yeah, and I have to physically go in there and
but
and
that's where
place
you
it in
though.
there.
But that's where you on stage though. You're rocking out like normally a part where it's like really really going, and then all of a sudden you hear this bass drop you never heard before. You're like, oh fuck! And then the crowd feeds off that like genuine.
that would
fucking,
be really cool.
Just like
It would be
oh
interesting.
yeah.
We could have
So
a
you just
section
have
where we
all those
start and stop.
options. You have all those
can-
options with
yeah.
the sample pad.
Oh, yeah.
You can upload any file to it. You can put it in a little SD card, boop, and you can have all your files on there.
You're gonna have
Like-
to show me that. You hit me with the SD card.
Yeah, SD card. Yeah, any
That was the selling point. The SD card was the selling point of that whole
Yeah.
thing.
well, 'cause it's really easy. You just
It wasn't the MIDI track or the the
Nothing.
big bass drops during.
Well,
some,
because
it's
you can
because,
still
like-
make it all on the computer and not just upload the file to the SD card, pop that in. bang.
Yeah, like that means I could solely start building these tracks just at my house.
yeah,
And
you already do.
well, yeah, but I have to put them on 6 different flash drives, update those, keep them on your computer, and
Yeah.
if something changes over there, I got to do it over here. Blah 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
I could
Gotta
just do it on
practice
my
that whole thing
computer
again.
and shove it on an SD drive and shove it in that, and
Yeah,
Just shove it in.
That's
Does the top 10 work?
Well, clap works.
Does the
Top
ice
10
song?
see.
Does that work? Okay, all right. We'll just
There
move
we
on
go.
to this segment. All right. I came up with this today. Okay, guys. So it's not gonna be
sexy.
like the best, but it's our best. Okay.
ferocious.
Oh yeah.
These are the
Broccoli.
top 10 alternate band names you guys could have chosen instead of Let It Rot.
The top, like,
Oh God.
do you have to
All
get that
right.
from us, or you have?
I think he
No, I
came-
have a top 10.
Oh goodness.
Can you fade
Okay.
it? Can you fade it down a little bit, Jesse? The music. There we go. That's good right there. All right. Number 10. Let It Decay.
Heard that before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear that?
From,
I thought that was so dumb.
I'm pretty sure that probably came from a Facebook post
No, there
somebody
was-
made.
Some
was,
old
uh,
person.
There's an all girl. There's talks of an all girl cover band for Let It Rot called what's it called?
Excuse me.
Hold on.
What is
it was
going on?
Brenda and Christina.
Oh. And they were going to
Christine.
call themselves Let It Decay?
No, it was not Let, but it was like May It DK or some shit like
Oh.
that. It was
All right.
It
All
was
right.
silly.
DK.
All right. Number
I
9.
would enjoy it.
Number 9. Let Fish Rot.
Oh goodness. Why fish?
Is it fish like
Because
is
it's
it
fish.
Well, no. Is it fish like a fishy fish or like fish like the band with
Tuna.
a PH? Oh.
Like tuna. Fucking gross. Not a big tuna.
I mean, I
fan.
like tuna, but you got to have a lot of mustard and mayo. It's got to be tuna salad.
Some mayonnaise.
Number what are we at? Number 8. Let It Go. Frozen. It's really popular.
You thought that was better than Let It Rot?
No. It's pretty popular.
That sounds like a deathcore band.
Let it go.
Number 7. Let It Rot, then Eat It.
Oh.
More music, Jesse.
parentheses placenta.
There's just a question mark at the end.
This
going,
one just rhymed with it. So number 6. Flower Pot.
Flower pot.
Actually, you know what's funny?
Deathcore band.
When you look up "Let It Rot" on Google, a lot of times the Google will get confused with a book that was written by like some like fertilizer people. Like they make fertilizer and they grow plants
compost.
and shit.
It's
Yeah,
compost.
composting stuff.
Serious.
Yeah, there's a compost company called Let It Rot.
Yeah.
No
They wrote
shit.
Yeah, they wrote a book. It's like it's on a bestseller.
No shit.
Fucking weird, right?
We've been tagged before. Like it was like some Save the Bees thing. They accidentally tagged us. They were trying to tag the compost people.
Yeah,
This is turning out better than I
we made
thought.
a returning post. Actually, we made a returning post. We're like, while Let It Rot is completely in support of saving the bee population. Like it was super professionally written.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, free press. All right, number 5. Let It Turkey Trot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Gobble, gobble.
That one makes me uncomfortable.
Can you make a good gobble? That's my best.
That was loud.
Gobble, gobble.
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 All right, number 4. Sultan of SWAT.
I like it. Wait, say it again.
Sultan of SWAT.
Sultan of SWAT.
Sultan of SWAT.
Yeah,
So like,
king.
oh, like the king of worms. Okay.
Yeah. Or the great Bambino, Babe Ruth.
Like SWAT. Like what? Like SWAT. Like as in like swat a fly, or SWAT as in like kick your door in.
SWAT has been Babe Ruth. I knew you guys weren't gonna get it.
How old are you? Oh, I don't know.
I'm probably the youngest.
I still might be the oldest one in the room.
Probably
All
the
right,
youngest
where are we at?
person in a
We'll just
fucking
go to
mile
number
radius.
3. Number 3. Big fat cocks.
I like that.
Big
I
fat
bet you do.
cocks.
Yeah, AJ has the biggest cock in the band, just so everybody knows.
Questionable.
I saw it.
Did you?
Yeah, dude, you were fucking changing in front of me in the trailer in Howell.
I did.
Yeah, I could see
Oh,
it right
bet.
through your fucking boxers. It was impossible to not see, and I'm just like, Jordan wasn't fucking lying.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, there we go.
Brilliant.
Number two. Let them squat.
No,
I like that one, too.
No. Kick them out of the house.
No.
them out of the house?
I want
Yeah.
to keep that one.
Bro, I've had squatters at my old house before. They're
We
not fun. We got a lot of free beer, but they
need
wouldn't
to-
fucking leave.
We need to rebrand immediately.
And number one. Give me a drum roll, Jesse. I think there's a drum roll on there. Number 1. Let's smoke pot. Hey.
I'm gonna
No clap
fuck
for
up-
that one. That deserved a clap.
I'm gonna fuck that one up on stage next time. I'm gonna be like, "We are Let's Smoke Pot. I mean, Let It Rot."
We are Let's Smoke Pot.
Hell yeah, dude! You get a big woo from the
We'll
audience.
kick.
for that.
We'll kick. Obscured.
We are
Obscured
Let's
State of
Smoke
Mind
Pot.
to,
I mean, Let It Rot.
some-
Meet me in 15 minutes
some
after the show.
No reason to do a shameless plug. We're just gonna be like,
no.
hey, let's just get high after the show.
I mean, I'll smoke
that's
weed
great.
with anybody after the show as long as it's actually weed.
Right. Yeah, no shit.
Fucking
get-
PCP. You wake up in New York.
I would sure hope I would know the difference between PCP and weed. I mean, don't be bringing me like no fucking
Jeffries.
K2 and oregano and be like, I got some potpourri. You want to smoke?
Oh
Jesus
man.
Christ.
You ever? I had a friend of mine to get fucked like that one time. This was when we first started smoking pot. He's like, "Oh, you want to smoke?" I'm like, "Yeah." But
Teenagers thinking it's cool.
all we had was like a pop can, So
Good old
poke the
days.
holes in it.
Were you in
and
the
shit.
woods too?
No, we're actually in my basement.
Oh, lucky
So,
you.
hey, my dad works second shift, so
Fuck it.
so yeah. And I was like, "This isn't pot, dude. This is no." this is something else. He's like, no, it's pot.
Why does this smell like pasta?
I actually took a hit of it, and I was like, I just so bad. I'm like,
I'm
a potpourri?
yeah.
I was kind of
Yeah, ouch, exactly. I was like, this ain't weed, dude.
I was like weirdly like I don't want to say like spoiled or like I guess exposed at really early age. My dad smoked pot around me, so I never really smoked. I knew what pot looked like when I was like 13. I knew what it smelled like, tasted, all that shit for whatever reason. And the very first hit I ever took, it was like nostalgic too, because like I remember being 6 years old in the car and my dad bringing me to school, and the smell is just so smelly and.
That wasn't a cigarette,
You
Dad.
just remember. You're just like bringing it back. Like, yeah.
Dad used to smoke these funny cigarettes when I was younger.
That wacky tobacco.
Yeah, that's how
Jazz
fucking
cabbage.
wild that was.
Devil's lettuce.
I don't know. So yeah, nobody ever sold me, like I got ripped off, but nobody ever sold me shit that wasn't weed. They just shorted my bag.
Right.
That sucks.
Oh.
Yeah, up until I was probably like, 17 or something.
Until you got a little hand scale. Did you ever have one of those?
I literally still have one. I still have one. My cousin, he kind of got into some stuff. Well, he asked me one day, and he's like, "You got a scale? I need to weigh some stuff." Blah blah. I'm like, yeah, I got a, yeah, dude, whatever. I got a scale. He comes over to my fucking house, and I hand him the little hand scale with the, and he's like, he just looks at me like, bro, what the fuck are you? He said some funny shit. I can't remember, but
dude,
he had the funniest shit to say.
Trying to buy weed from somebody that had to, or trying to buy like a quarter or a half.
sketchy is
They
that?
pull all this hand scale. I'm like, dude, put a nickel on that first.
Right?
No, for real.
For real.
I want to see what that nickel weighs before you can fuck that thing.
No,
up.
in fact, here's a nickel.
My dad used to do. My dad used to sell weed in like the mid '90s and shit when I was being born. He used to take.
That's a funny way to just kind of open that up.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I was being born.
In the mid '90s.
Yeah, picture it, 1997. I'm fucking crying.
I strolled out the womb, ready to sling. What's up, bitches?
Yeah. Ooh, it's dank over here.
My dad pulled me out with the little clamp.
The tweezers.
No, see the little hand scale. It's got a little clamp for the baggie.
Yeah.
He pulled me out with it.
That's how we cut off your umbilical
You
cord.
see, he missed the first time with the hanger.
Oh God.
No. Oh no.
It's getting out of hand quickly.
Oh no,
Off
yeah,
the
that's
rails.
right. My dad would take the weed and he'd take beeswax, and he'd roll like not like beeswax. Like I guess it's called beeswax. It's just a waxy substance.
Yeah.
He'd rub
Yeah,
his
no, I know
fingers
what
in
you're
it,
talking
and
about.
then he'd take all of his buds and he'd rub his fingers all over the buds after rubbing the beeswax on it, and that shit would weigh more.
Damn.
Brilliant.
Dude,
Damn,
there's
brilliant.
There's gonna be some people hunting your dad down now.
People have.
Oh God.
I was like,
People
no, this is a crazy story. I was like 7 years old. I'm waking up for school and I'm getting ready, and my dad's like, my dad did some drugs and shit.
Get in the fucking truck.
He asleep. Some
Well,
stuff.
no, I'm waking up and I'm thinking, I'm up at my normal time. I'm doing my thing. I'm in the second grade. 9/11 hasn't happened yet. What's going on?
Life is
Just
good.
in case
Life is
the
good.
timeline of him being 7 years old
Yeah.
wasn't clear enough.
Yeah, terrorism wasn't invented yet, so I was good.
I'm waking up. I'm getting ready for school. My dad's being really weird, hiding in these rooms and shit. And suddenly, like 5 minutes after I'm noticing that about my dad, this freaking crazy lady's pounding on the windows, all the windows. She's going around the whole house, pounding on all the windows. My dad sends me upstairs, grabs his shotgun, and he's screaming out the attic window, "You need to go!" Blah blah blah. Calls the cops and shit on this lady.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, I just want to go to school, man.
Yeah, like
Said no kid ever.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No, I did. I was like, I just want to get out of here.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah, I'd
Brandon's
probably
had a
wanna
very
go to
fun
school, too.
childhood, if you
Yeah.
can't tell.
Got some stories.
Yeah. No shit. Yeah, I would be the type that would walk into school but then just walk out the back door.
Oh, I did that in the 9th grade. I didn't finish high school.
No. I had to go an extra year.
Get your GED.
No.
Not
No?
yet.
Nope,
Oh,
not at all.
yeah?
I don't have anything.
No, he's invested. Let it rot. He's
Fuck it.
here.
My fallback career
Worst
is,
stories have happened.
My fallback
Yes.
career is I am an insured floor covering specialist. That's my fallback. That's what I,
I mean,
do.
Fuck it.
honestly, though, I mean, what's a college degree getting you nowadays besides massive debt?
Nothing.
Nothing. My dad taught me how to install floors. I don't really like doing it, but I'll go do it if I need to make some money. You know,
Trade skills
Right.
is where it's at.
Yeah, it's not. Every time I do a job, I remember why, and but like then at the end of the day, they give me like
take water for
200
sure.
some bucks. Oh yeah.
Well, I got one of these left, actually. Do you want one?
I'm good.
one?
I'm okay.
Nah, I
So
should.
yeah, but a college degree is just getting you nothing but just debt.
And bad credit.
Trade school.
Trade skills
school.
are where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you'd have to. I think. Do you still have to get your GED to go to a trade school?
I think you have to have your GED to get your diploma. They'll let you in, but they won't give you a certificate for nothing unless you have the GED.
So you got to get the GED.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you
Right.
can work on your GED at the same time you're going though.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like and like community colleges will let you do the same thing, or some community colleges.
So if you wanted to go
Yeah,
like
you
get
can-
certified,
You can make progress towards your GED if you go into a community college.
Yeah, like that. Well, that's what I'm saying. Trade schools will let you do
Yeah.
something similar. So they might not. If you get all your credits, they won't hand you your certificate until you get the GED. But you can work on your certificate and your GED at the same time.
right? Yeah, I just don't get the I think the fad of like having a college fund and all that. It's just like
They oversaturated it.
It's kind of going oversaturated.
Yeah, I would say we got a whole generation of kids that was said if you don't go to college, you're gonna fail and you're gonna be the garbage man that
But
makes
we all went.
$70K.
Do you
But
ever
we all
feel?
went to college and we all still failed.
Do you ever feel that it's the same way with the market that you're playing in with music wise?
What do you mean?
Oversaturated.
Oh yeah,
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 definitely.
there's a lot of us.
I think that, but you can say that about art in general.
What do you feel? It's true. It's true. It's what I'm doing right now with us here. Oversaturated.
Yeah.
Oh, big time. Especially
there's-
during quarantine.
Oh man.
I mean,
Blew up.
there's all kinds
I bet.
there's all kinds of jokes about podcasts and stuff. It's
Oh,
like,
there is all kinds, and it's like I know it, but
I
it's
mean,
like
if you were a podcast in like 2010, then you were killing it.
killing it,
Yeah.
killing it.
Yeah, but nowadays,
But there's more and more people listening. I didn't start listening to podcasts until I was like, well, I guess maybe like 7 years ago. Kind of when I started cleaning, being like a janitor, I was like, oh, I got all this time and I can use these earbuds. Mm-hmm. I'll start listening to shit.
Right.
But there's still more and more people listening. I think you still have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in music, all it takes is that one TikTok video where your fucking song is featured in,
Right.
and then
By some girl with big.
it doesn't
big
even
boobies.
matter. Like that's
could
that's
be-
what I was
it
saying
could
earlier.
be,
Who fucking cares who's doing it?
It could
Right.
be some weird kid doing some weird dance or something crazy happening.
I don't know, man. We need to talk to Andrew.
Oh, you know what? I wonder.
Andrew's got the fucking.
Can we blow something
Pink
up,
on
set
it.
something on fire? During the part of like a fire, it's like fire.
Yeah, and just
we
like
They
blow
make
something up.
pyrotechnics. We can probably eventually.
Well,
have
you know,
pyrotechnics.
September 18th at the ride at the racetrack show, we're gonna have fire performers.
you gotta have some dumbass jump over
It's
a
gonna be fucking
fire
silly.
fire pit with a motorcycle, crash, but in the middle of what he's going
Like-
over, have it blow up.
like Poi.
Like Evil Knievel?
Yeah.
Yeah, if
That'd
you
be
get the
fucking
chance,
great.
you said September 18th,
Yeah.
right at the racetrack.
Right at the
September-
racetrack promotion.
September 18th.
Yeah.
That's going to be the show that you want to go to.
Right at the racetrack. That's going to be that's in Ionia County, the I-96 Motor Speedway. September 18th is going to be the Convalescence is headlining. A lot of bands are going to be there, like Into the Void and a lot of other bands.
Lots of other
Damned by
bands.
Dawn and tons of other bands.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the flyers around. Pestle and Age.
Yep.
It's one of the other bands that's gonna be on there. Have you guys ever played a show with them or seen them?
I wonder. I
seen
don't
them.
know if we have or haven't. I think
You
they might
gotta
have
look
been one
up
of the
their
bands.
latest music video.
I wonder if they were one of the bands at that Summer Slaughter showcase.
I wasn't in the band then.
That's right, you weren't.
Because that's where Sumerian talked to you.
That's
Well,
where
they all wear
Sumerian
face
was
paint
li-
now.
That Sumerian rep was so funny to me because we were there and he was like judging all the bands at the end of the show, and he picked the winner of the band. I think it was Vestigial, right? Something
Vestigial?
Yeah, I think it was.
Vestigial.
I think it was them that
They're
won.
super
but,
good, too.
Vagisil?
No,
No, they were
Dude,
really good.
they're still
No, they
super
are
fucking good.
Yeah,
they
but the Sumerian rep looked out at everybody and was like, he's talking about Let It Rod. He was like, if these guys had a drummer, game over. And that was like pretty much almost verbatim what he
Yeah.
said on stage. It was very blunt and like.
And then 5 months
And then
later,
you guys are like, if.
Well, he
At the time. At
Well,
the time,
he-
you're like, fuck.
he gave us his contact information, and I don't really know if that really means anything today. But he said,
Any
get a-
contact is a contact.
He said,
Put him in the list,
he said,
man.
get a hold of Sumerian in 2 years, and it's been about a year and a half.
Yeah.
Or
And you got
not
the
e-
drummer.
maybe more than that now, but yeah,
You
it's
got
been
the
it's
drummer.
been a while, and we're fucking kicking ass, and we put on a pretty mean show, I'd
So what,
say.
so
yeah.
what upcoming shows do we got coming out? Do we got any more to talk
We-
about besides Riot at the Racetrack?
I know there's one.
We've
I'm
got one
forgetting.
in
I'm gonna-
Detroit.
Pulling up the spreadsheet.
we're gonna have one in Detroit that hasn't been
Riot at the
that-
Racetrack
that one
was which
hasn't
date again?
September 18th.
September 18th. Saturday?
I think so.
Yeah.
Is that a
Should be.
Saturday?
I don't know. Should be.
If you say that's a Saturday and it's a Saturday, good on
Pulling
you.
up, this spreadsheet here where I wrote down some of the shows.
Yeah.
Should have one on Halloween.
September 18th.
close to
Is
Halloween.
a Saturday, yes.
I've
Dude,
got
you're good.
September 18th and October 10th. There is
October 10th.
October 10th at the Turnstile in Grand Rapids. It's a costume.
Oh,
party.
Turnstile. Okay, isn't that kind of like a new one?
I don't actually know much about it.
I think that's why. I think it's a newer one that cropped up after all the COVID stuff.
Maybe.
I don't
know.
much
Enough
about
of them shut down. To,
You know Mike Greener or whoever did sound at Mulligan's? You guys ever play at
the
Mulligan's
younger
in
guy?
Grand
Yeah.
Rapids?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did play. Oh, dude. Oh no, yeah, we know that guy. That
Yeah.
guy. Oh, dude, they're sweet.
Yeah.
I fucking
believe-
love going to Mulligan's.
Dude, the
Don't
sound
quote
system's so
me.
fucking good.
Don't quote me, but I believe he's doing sound at Turnstiles.
Awesome.
That's yeah, dude. He was he was so cool about the sound for us every time we were there. We were there twice, once without him and once with AJ, and
Yeah.
just every time he just made sure that we got the best sound check we could,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Dude,
it was awesome.
And those shows fucking kicked ass.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, he does a pretty good job. He'll go out and the audience kind of like listen to what it's like. That's what he did for us. He went out there and listened to what it sounded like while
Yeah,
we were
that's
playing instead
exactly
of just
what he
sitting
did.
in the booth
Yep.
Right?
with the headphones. He'd go out there. Okay, what does it sound like?
We were and the first time I went there, I almost got impatient because it was just like it was a different sound guy experience, and he was out there listening, and I thought we were moving on to like the next instrument or something, and he looked and he was like, no, hold on, and he just made sure it was right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
made sure it was good, and you could tell the difference even on stage where it often sounds a little different.
Oh yeah.
On stage, you could hear the difference. Like I could hear myself, which I don't often get that luxury. And I'm not the kind of vocalist that's like, oh, turn me up. I just kind of learned how to like, if I can't hear myself, oh well, I know they can hear me out there.
So as the
Well,
drummer,
you suspect.
Most of the time,
You
most of the time,
suspect.
I have to trust the sound guy. And most of the time, people tell me they could hear me.
Or if they can't, then they usually yell at the sound guy.
Yeah.
It's never your fault.
Yeah, I don't usually have to do anything about
No.
it.
so as the drummer though, do you ever like just say if you're like telling them to turn it up? Because I've had this at venues. I'm like, in the monitors, and you
Right.
hear more, and it just never seems to like get louder, and then finally you just say fuck it. Do you ever just say fuck it, or
Oh,
do
yeah.
you like make sure
I haven't had that problem since I joined with these guys
with the in ears?
because of the in-ears.
With the in ears.
Yep. So I can hear myself. I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on
You don't even
backtrack and
care
what's
what
coming
the
out.
monitor's coming. You don't even need one
I do not need one.
because you had the monitor and you're just
Yep.
tuned into that.
They're just going.
And now, and every member has obviously the earpiece in. Are you using
At
one
least-
one or two?
We at least have the option. Everybody has the option. Like the last show I played, I had him in, and it was the first time I'd ever had the opportunity to try it.
And you
At
liked
the
it?
Music Factory?
Oh yeah, I ended up ripping him out halfway through.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up taking him out and I tossed him down.
Is it because you couldn't hear what was going on out in the audience, or because you just didn't like the
They
sound?
I think it
way
was
low.
honestly the choice of headphones that I had.
Oh,
I think I
okay.
need better headphones, to be honest with you,
Right.
So
because
they were just uncomfortable.
yeah, they were falling out of my ear anyway,
Okay.
and they were like taped to my back, and I'm like sweating like a dog, and
Right.
So I just ended up ripping it off.
When you had them in, though, did it make you feel like you're more like into what was going on into the music? Or
Oh,
did-
absolutely.
yeah.
When we're in the practice space, I use it, and if
He doesn't
there,
have to jump around.
yeah, there is no losing your place. You know right
Right.
where you're at.
Exactly.
At all times, because it's right there in your ear. I don't have to look at anybody. I can stare at my phone and scream for all I.
Now, what you guys are listening to is just the metronome, or are you listening to yourselves playing live?
There's like recordings. Like we'll take actual stems from the actual recordings.
So you're
of the
so you're
songs.
listening to the song while you play the song.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cheating.
There's like it's stems of the song. So like all the vocals are taken out, and
I
even
mean, it's not cheating to me. It's almost
Slightly.
like,
We'll say slightly.
I guess, but for me as a drummer, my personal preference would be like I wouldn't want to hear the song while I'm playing it.
we turn the drums up really loud for him, and
Yeah.
I
like,
wouldn't want to hear
for
that
the most
because
part.
like maybe now like I guess if it's still the same for you because you just came off a show, if it's still the same, it's that's just you.
Right.
But for me, it's like once I know the song, I wouldn't want to fucking hear that shit. I just want the metronome, just so I know what's going on. Because
Right.
playing with the metronome, which I never did live, will keep you obviously more in check.
Oh, yeah.
To where when I would play live, everything's always just a bit faster.
yeah, everybody seems to do
Just
that.
a bit faster.
The biggest reason we do that is because having like bass drops and swells and cool ambient stuff going on in the background,
You need everything.
Yeah.
it makes that shit pop.
But since
so
you
gotta,
Pretty
have
surgical.
that, have you guys thought about? Now I haven't never seen you guys live. I just discovered you guys a while ago. So if people are wondering why is he asking this, you guys are kind of new to me. But have you guys ever thought about investing in like live performance stuff?
oh yeah, we have talks
Or
about it all the
you
time.
have you done it yet?
No.
No. So now that you have everything like set up to this metronome, what you guys need to do is you guys need to get a DMX receiver, just buy a few lights, buy a few fog machines. Guys,
He's on my ass all the time.
all you need is
We've done a hell of a lot of research. And
I got an Amazon list still, and I'm not
Yeah,
even in a
alright.
band.
Yeah, our
it's like-
biggest flaw is money.
What you need though is for sure you need 2 to 3 vertical fog machines that turn colors. Okay,
We have
you need
we
2 of
have
those.
These.
You need the big fog machine in the back of you that comes out with just the room fog. Couple of strobes, hook them up to DMX, right to a computer.
You gotta
where
throw
you
me some
have
things.
your whole song laid out with metronomes.
You can
Your
just
whole
channel
set, the
MIDI
way you're
right
playing
to
it right now,
Right.
the way you guys are playing right now is
Mm-hmm.
perfect for something like that.
Oh yeah.
Because you're playing it to the whole set is laid out. That's the way it goes. You hook up all your lights exactly the way you want them to go.
Yep.
Boom.
That's exactly.
We had a
what
band. We
we've been
played with a
talking
band
about.
at Mulligan's. We played with a band at Mulligan's with Mike. They're doing sound, and this band was from like New Jersey or something. Monument of a Memory.
Not sure.
I think that's what it was. I think that's what their name was. And they came through. We just hopped on this show. We were asked if we wanted to play. They were like a touring band. They were coming through. They needed a show. So we played with them. And what they told them at the end, they said, turn off all your house lights. Off. We don't need them. They used their own. And they only had these vertical fog machines.
Right.
And they had
And it
like
was all
one,
choreographed
And they
to the
had
backtrack.
one back strobe. And now I'm saying, you get a couple more of those, it'll be even better.
Right.
But they did that. I didn't even really like their music that much, but their fucking show was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made me a fan just because of their show at a venue like Mulligan's. Just blew it out of the water.
You're gonna have to send me a list of awesome
shit
things that work
Send me
with the
that
DMX.
Yeah.
Like send us that shit, and you can if you want to if I could get a hold of you sometime and ask pick your brain and ask you how that stuff works. I'm usually the engineer when it comes to the live setup.
The biggest thing I have on my list is it's like a DMX receiver,
Yeah.
and it comes with
The DMXs, right? Like the S.
yeah.
Yeah.
At DMXIS or
yeah, the
whatever
blue.
it is.
Yep.
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 That's exactly what it is. So
like
you've done your research. too.
$250 brand new
Yep.
from Sweetwater.
And it comes with, it actually will come with a program
Yep.
to do it. Now there's other ones that are better.
Yeah.
And you can hook everything up to a keyboard with that way too. You can do whatever you want. You can do it with your sample pad. You can control lights with your sample pad. You can get as simple as controlling your whole light show with a guitar pedal type thing.
That's true.
You can have your guitar pedal and you can just stand on stage, hit your guitar pedal, then your fog machines go off. Hit
Or
it again.
You can completely compose it as if it were
Compose it with the
backtrack.
DMX. So you use the DMX.
Yep.
You already have your whole show with your metronome. You just basically got to fucking plug and play.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be fucking sweet.
Boom. I don't. It's all. I was talking with Alex Diesel. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he runs.
Name rings a bell.
Runs a printing company, Pigfish Printing, and he ran another thing called Merch Live. And his biggest thing the whole time we were talking is just like, it's just how much you're willing to invest.
Yeah.
That's what's going to bring you to the top. Even, if you want top level, that's what that's what the quote was. Top level bands, top level this, you got to pay for it.
Yeah. That's not that DMX is next level shit too.
It's
Is
next level.
that
It's
that
next
like
level.
$10,000 thing you?
No, that's just like the in-ear monitor setup.
No, yeah.
You showed me
that's-
some crazy rig. And it was
We're
like
talking.
$10,000.
No,
That's
we're
a-
talking
I'm
about
like,
1,000. We're
Yeah.
talking about 1,000 to maybe $1,500 worth of an investment here.
Okay.
Whatever
Yeah.
I have on my list.
whatever
with,
you were
like,
showing me that
lights.
one time.
Oh,
had
that
me
is- that's-
stressed out. I was
Bro.
like, AJ, I don't know. We ain't got that kind of fucking money. And I thought you were like, we need it.
We
No,
do
you need it. You need to set
No, we don't
yourselves
need it right
apart.
now, but no, that is a fuck the sound guy system.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
To where we control our own sound, we level ourselves.
Oh, your
And-
sound.
That's our
Yeah.
end game goal.
Yeah,
Okay. Whoa.
that's always been end game goal.
Yeah, sound. That's a different level. I'm talking lights,
Yeah,
but
The thing-
sound. Yeah.
Well, this thing would handle the lights too.
no,
No, it doesn't.
no,
Are you sure?
100%.
Ah,
Ah,
I don't know. I've done crazier things.
we have
So imagine playing the Music Factory.
right.
Right. You guys just played there. They got
Yep.
a huge light system.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Right.
They
Now.
kept it off for the first like song and a half, and you were like,
Did
"Hey, can
they?
you turn the lights on?"
I didn't even say that.
It sounded like you
That's
did.
not even what I said, but they did
And
too.
they
It was
did.
like immediately.
Yeah, and then they shut them off again,
I was actually saying.
Did they?
are you-
and then it came back. Then they came back on.
Who was
they were
running
using
sound?
I don't remember his name, but they were using.
Was it Scott
Scott?
Schroeder?
No.
No,
No, it wasn't. Oh, that's who.
I think that was
sound
the
for us.
old. But no, they were. He just kept going back to like this like black and like strobe.
No,
kept fucking
okay. So it
blinding the shit
depends
out of
on
me
your
back
sound
there.
guy at bigger venues. But at bigger venues, like when we played there, the guy I literally wrote out the whole set list of how
Mm-hmm.
the lights we wanted them to go. Like I was like, I know you don't know the songs, but you'll kind of get what I mean if you're paying attention. He paid attention. He did it
Good.
for us. So that was cool, and it wasn't nothing fancy. Like I'm not trying to go all fancy. I don't got fog machines.
We need red lights at the
But
beginning of the song.
imagine going into a venue like that and you have your own lights and you're just like, give me some ambience. That's
Right.
it. That's all I want. Is some ambience behind our lighting. And if you have a good lighting guy, they're gonna see your lights and they're gonna be able to give you some ambience to it.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I usually hope and I usually never get is like I would at least hope that like the sound guy is like listening to us and adjusting the lights, at least trying to do it to our
Yeah.
song. 'Cause,
Like a flood out
Yeah,
during
like-
a bass drop.
like
Yeah.
no hate on
be
the
cool.
Music Factory or the
Yeah.
guy. He ultimately did a good job on our sound, but like when it came to the lights, yeah, it was like
Lights mean a lot on a big stage.
We went through like a whole 4 minutes of like a song. Like the song's already done, been hitting, and like people are moving, and the lights are still dark, and there's just a couple of strobes going. Like,
Yeah.
can you?
He's like,
Can
come
you
on, man.
please?
Let's
Like,
go.
Yeah, come on.
But he did really good on sound, dude.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Like the sound was sound was
Fantastic.
crispy as fuck. this
Absolutely.
And
time
that
around.
could be his, forte. He's like,
Right.
I'm good at sound, but I don't know about lights.
yeah.
He was
You
like,
know?
I guess like I guess everybody thinks I said I think I know exactly what
It sounded
part
like
you're
you said,
talking
"Can we get
about.
lights?"
Yeah, no, I actually
Like it was
said, "Are
super
we
quick and
alive?"
subtle.
I said, "Are
Hit
we
the
live?"
Oh,
And
we
it sounded
live?
like, "Can I get the lights?"
yeah. It's not like because you heard it in that recording.
Yeah,
And it sounds like it. Can we get lights? Just real
No,
quick.
it's
It
a
was really
big,
quick
it's a
and
big
subtle.
thing, especially on a big stage.
And then
when
the
you're on a big
lights-
stage, you
and they
need
just-
the light action.
Instantly when I said it too.
Yeah, when you
I
said
know,
it, it
I
came
know
on, that's
exactly.
why.
what
Well,
part you're
imagine
talking
sense.
about.
walking into the venue,
right?
Say you hadn't made it there yet. I don't know what time you guys played, but say, did you guys headline that one? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We played
that's what I
it
thought.
It was like 11 o'clock.
And he's still not giving you lights.
No,
the
it was so
fuck?
dark. You
It
should
was
see the
pretty dark
video.
for a
It was
little
pretty
bit.
dark.
I was thinking in my head, I thought I
okay.
remembered the flyer. I thought you guys were headlining, but like the headliner gets all the lights.
It's okay. That whole show worked out extremely
But yeah,
well.
maybe
yeah.
that's not his
That show
forte.
was
But
fucking
imagine
awesome.
like walking into a venue. You know, you're walking in to see, and then the band's playing, but there's no really lights going. You're gonna automatically not be drawn to the stage.
Like I said, the lights eventually did come
Personally.
up. But yeah, no,
I
I
usually
want.
get drawn to the
It
stage by
could have
the
been a
tuning of
little
the
smoother
drums.
with the lights, because it's not like our music's hard to tell when
So
when the
imagine
shit
having
hits,
all
the
your
shit
own
hits.
lights.
Oh, yeah.
So now you have all your own shit.
Right.
You're like, I don't need to rely on you. Just give me ambience to what we're doing.
Right.
Boom.
Absolutely. Well, that makes it easy on him too. He's like, cool. I don't got to do a bunch of shit.
You guys come in as like this. You know, we are the complete package.
Trying.
Yeah, it's, but like he said, and I take, Alex's advice, pretty hardcore. He was in a band called Sin Theorem, who I just learned about too.
I've heard of them.
He was, what did he say? Play guitar, right? He played guitar
I-
for that band.
I don't know who you're talking about exactly, but I know that I've heard the name
Alex
Sin
Diesel.
Theorem, and they're like Lansing area, aren't they?
They were Grand Rapids based.
Grand Rapids, okay,
But they
so
played
they
with a
probably come
lot of
close
fucking
enough.
big bands that came around. Why? Why did they play with all these big bands? Because they sold the tickets.
There.
It's
Hey, if
it
you
co-
sell,
that's
you
what it
sell.
co-
Yeah, if you.
money talks.
Oh yeah.
And if you're selling
Kind
these
of the same way
tickets,
as like buying yourself onto a tour.
and they did that.
Yeah.
And that's what he said. If you want to be top level, it takes investment, and you have to invest. Like there's this big stigma around pay to play, blah 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 blah. Yeah, if you're like a one-off festival and you want me to fucking pay you $500 to play this festival, yeah, maybe fuck off. But if it's a big festival with
Right.
big bands and you
Yeah.
want $500 to $1,000 to jump on this show, do you guys want the fucking notoriety of being on this show or not?
Or free.
I just want to
Right.
explain.
No, you're completely correct.
I
yeah.
want to explain to to any of the bands that like really hate the whole pay to play thing. Like the whole reason there's a pay to play thing, and we'll start on a small scale. Like say my band, we had to pay a venue $500 to be able to rent that venue out for the whole night, have them
that's
employ
different.
people
That's
and
different.
everything.
That
That's
is
different.
different.
That's renting.
Well, that's why there's a whole
That's
ticket
not pay to
quota,
play.
and then there's bigger.
Yeah.
Well, when you get like the
You get a
bigger bands,
ticket
you get like a
quota with it as
touring
well,
band
or at
coming
least
a
through.
touring band. Yes.
When a
Okay.
touring
Yeah.
band comes through, that band's got to get paid.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's no if, and, or but about it, or they're not coming. So yeah, they kind of do rely on all these smaller bands to come out, sell some tickets. That's why you got a ticket
I think
quota. You either have to sell X amount of tickets, or you have to bring some dollars.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically because a lot of venues will see those tickets as money.
Have you ever bought tickets?
I mean that's exactly it.
You bought your own tickets?
Oh yeah.
A few times.
Oh yeah.
We
Just to impress, right?
well yeah,
Why
like the
not?
homegrown throwdown.
I've done it.
We've
I've bought in a few.
at the homegrown throwdown, we always seem to sell tickets really well, but we also end up, it's like, shit, we only got like 20 tickets
Which
left
we'll
to
never
sell
play
out
again.
of like fuck it, let's just buy a few, and then we get
And
to
then you do a
we get
little
to say-
giveaway. You're like,
Yep.
oh, merch thing. Give away
Yeah.
2 tickets, and you give those
yeah.
2 away. Yeah, you're buying those yourself. You're investing in
Investing.
yourself.
and that's also just good press too. Like there's
Yeah, it's investment. It's you shouldn't be thinking about it as in, oh fuck, I gotta buy some tickets.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself.
I
Create
think it is a little
promotion out
bit
of it.
be a little bit discouraging towards like outside bands to have to like go to like say like if we went down to Arizona to play.
Oh, when you
and-
had to sell tickets,
And then they're like it's pay to play, like that's. But I also think
Yeah.
like the term pay to play is a little misconstrued because technically you're
I
always
don't-
paying to play.
I don't see
In
it
some way
as
or
a big
another.
deal if you're a band and you got 5 people in your band, and even you might even be new. If you got 5 people and you can't get 15 of your friends between 5 grown ass dudes
Right.
to come out and at least have some drinks with you at the bar and stare at you while you yell into a microphone,
Right.
then you're probably not going to do very well as a band. I know that's rude, maybe rude or harsh or shrewd to say, but you got 5 grown ass people in a band. You can't get 10 to 15 tickets sold, and that's
Yeah.
really all you need to be able to play one of those quote unquote pay to play shows. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like
I think
that
wasn't
crazy big deal.
Michigan Metal Fest was, I think was the quota was 30.
Yeah,
Like
but-
you had to
It was,
sell or buy
yep.
30 tickets.
and that's
I'd
not
have just
that,
bought it.
What
there.
year
That's
did
not
you guys
that hard
play?
to do either. I could,
No,
I
we were
can
we were
sell
supposed to
20
play
tickets.
2020, and everything got shut down.
And it was
Oh.
rescheduled even for this year, but was restricted again.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't.
I think it was 25. We
It
played in
wasn't.
2019.
It wasn't restricted this year.
They just canceled it or
Yeah,
whatever.
Steve just doesn't want to. He didn't want to do it this year.
But that's
Which is
why
fine, whatever.
it
Maybe
yeah.
next year.
It was either gonna be we were either gonna play Michigan Metal Fest or Ride at the Racetrack, and Ride at the Racetrack's turning out to be a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
it grows. I hope it grows a lot bigger.
I think it will.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
it's
still
gonna
waiting
be a
for
big
the
deal.
the War Nation invasion tour.
See, I think
I
that-
firmly
that
believe
all
that
about?
that's going to
Something-
be the next level Warped Tour.
something big
You
is going to
watch.
grow for War Nation and Christina and Brian Warner off of the Ride at the Racetrack, because
Yeah.
they've done a really good job at making that particular event a really big deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal. They got locals that are going to spread the news.
Oh god, yeah.
You know, they got
They're gonna get
you
so
know,
fucking big, and I don't think they realize
Convalescence-
exactly how big they're gonna get.
Convalences as a headliner is, you know, as decent. It's, you know, let's see where it goes from here. You know what I mean? Like Convalescence is a regional band.
Mm-hmm.
They play a lot of fucking shows.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Fucking
do.
Michigan.
It's
Yeah.
it's
That
really
would-
cool
that
to be on
would
a show
be-
with them.
That's why we're getting hooked up with like Scott, and through Brian and Christina, like through them, because they're talking and trying to figure out how to do tour
Now, from my
setups,
understanding,
as well as
Christina
the
has
Convalescence.
been, and maybe Brian too, I'm not sure, but has been involved, you know, with promotions and stuff for a long time now. For, I don't know.
It would seem that
like,
way, to be honest.
wh-
I don't know exactly how long they've been doing
You know-
promotions and stuff, but
you know,
I
I
know
get-
that they've been fans forever.
I get to hang out with them a lot. You know, they invite me over a lot, and I'm sure they've told me before, but I can't even for the life of me remember how long they've been.
We're gonna
doing
need
it.
some answers.
But I think for the most part, one day they just decided, you know, like we want to do this. We just want to
Something-
be around the bands. And
Yeah.
they did it.
They're
Right.
doing it.
diehard fans at heart,
Right.
and they just want to be in the heart of the action, and they're doing a fantastic job.
And that was their event that got fucking the rain on too, right?
It was,
It
but
was,
it's technically
it wasn't their fault.
No, weather
they-
is nobody's fault.
No,
I'm just saying
they're-
that sucks
it does.
because it was like their
Different-
first event of this year.
Their
not-
name was definitely on there, but they didn't have they had little to no part in the actual setup. They just accumulated the bands.
I'm going to avoid throwing any names, but yeah. So there was the show planned, and there was I guess there was a miscommunication error. The War Nation thought that there was a permit for where they were going to be. There was no permit.
Wait a minute.
No permit.
So it wasn't weather?
Well,
that's not where it started.
Yeah, that's not where the problem.
We just
started.
opened a can of worms here.
Yeah, the problem started with no permit.
So yeah, we go to the place where we think we're gonna play. There's no permit, and
Okay.
another lady shows up, and she's there for an art project. She has a permit.
Yep.
Oh,
Can't do nothing about
fuck.
it. She's
It was
she's
like
supposed to be there.
Yoga
whatever.
comedy or something.
Yeah,
It's fucking weird.
whatever. You know, she's got the legal ball in her hand. She's allowed to be there.
Yep.
We're not. So, you know, we had an officer come out, and the officer's like, well, you can go play over here at the Bank Fish Ladder. So all the bands pack up except for one. They went home. They were upset.
That's
And
Oh, that's
I-
where
That's
that.
understandable.
Okay.
I get it too. But so the rest of us, we go
professionalists.
over there and start setting our stuff up. We start setting up our merch booth and grabbing gear out, and the big gust of wind comes in, and sure enough,
So that ladies' art fair got rained out too.
yeah, you know,
Basically,
they got screwed over, and it's,
Shit, everybody did.
yeah.
it's just a bad
Damn.
day.
So that's where the scramble was that I was seeing being posted. Late
Yeah.
minute, venue change.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody was a little upset, but like all you can do is, you know, you
mean-
learn from your mistakes and move forward.
Yeah. Right. No. Yeah.
That would have
for
been a
sure.
sweet fucking. That was a sweet setup. Like when we actually like settled into the next area that we were gonna play.
With just a little bit of planning, if we would have had a permit for that first location and some tarps, we could have put tarps up right up over the top of that whole canopy thing they had. You know, the big
Yeah.
steel canopy.
Yeah.
Cover that up, have shelter, and we could actually play in the rain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For a
Easily.
rain or shine event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What about the original place?
Speaking of, we got to get a tent.
yeah, we do need
Like an
one of
actual
those.
tent
We
for
can
the
get like a
canopy?
cheap one.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could get
for
we could
your
get like a
merch?
$50 canopy.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least in
Oh,
preparation
shit.
for the.
Get a fucking gazebo, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking one with sides down that come on. You got the mosquito nets and shit.
Ooh,
That might be a bit much.
You step
Honestly,
inside.
why not? We'd have a nice fuck it. Look at one of the ones with
Just
like
get
an
like
air conditioner
like
port and
a
everything. So if we ever
portable-
get to play like
Damn,
a
air conditioner. and
imagine a
shit?
hot festival and our merch booth is
has
air
a-
conditioned.
Oh,
That's pulling people in.
Yeah,
right
They're
there,
gonna-
dude.
they're
Right
gonna-
there.
They don't even have to buy nothing, but they're gonna be standing in our merch booth looking like we're popular, and they're standing in there. So if we set everything up like a freaking speedway,
100
they're gonna
people
look
get
at
a cup
something
of
and be
water.
like, and we sell earplugs, maybe bottles of water.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah,
So
you do all the
silly.
weird the earplugs, and you put it on the outside of the gazebo. You know, earplugs, bottled water. You know, there was another one that I seen at some event. I think it was Nagazi that was selling them. Maybe it was earplugs, but it was a good idea to get people to come to your booth. Actually, got earplugs over there.
I'm gonna start after the Music Factory show. It was one of the parents, that little kid, the little boy that was running around with our hoodie on.
Right? He was
his,
so cool.
Yeah, his dad come up and he's like, "You guys happen to sell earplugs or nothing?" And I was actually really disappointed because
Yeah.
my inner customer service is like, "Oh shit."
Oh shit!
Right?
And so yeah, I was like, "Oh, unfortunately, we don't really have that shit." But you know what? Now I think I'm gonna buy that shit.
Right?
Just a
You
good
know,
idea,
just-
dude.
Just whatever. Just like a box.
Yeah, you just get a
Yep.
box, sell them in pairs, like I don't know, $2 or something.
Yeah. You can even buy them where they come like in a little separate box, a little box thing for.
I
there's
would just
two
buy
in it.
those orange, like a big box of those orange.
Oh
ones.
hell yeah, that's the cheapest route.
Throw them in like little
Boom.
Coke baggies.
Yeah, Coke bag. He's got them all tied up. Here you go.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was the stuff earlier.
What could you possibly be referencing? I don't know what you're talking about, Brandon.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
the fifth.
I don't know anything about illicit substances. What are those?
So we got Riot at the Racetrack coming up on the 18th, and then we got October 10th.
Yep.
Coming
August 13th.
Is there something in
August 13th.
Hey,
Which
do
is
we
a
have a show
Friday.
there? Because I don't have that written in the
Ooh, August
spreadsheet.
13th.
It has not been 100% confirmed yet, but it's with Kyle.
Okay.
And that's in Detroit.
Okay. Yeah,
Kyle
I don't have
Wagner.
that
Who?
Wagner.
Minch.
Minch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have that written on our spreadsheet.
Feast for Crows.
Feast for Crows.
We should get that
Yeah.
written down on the spreadsheet at least. Say just
Drop
like,
spreadsheet.
drop some names where we can.
what
Yeah.
day is that again?
It's Friday the 13th, August.
Ooh,
August-
Friday the 13th.
August 13th.
Yeah. Thought that'd be
That
fucking
is
awesome.
not a
That'd be
cool
nice.
day for
There's
me
also-
to. That is not a cool day for me to be going out. That is.
There's-
I broke my face on a Friday the 13th.
Awesome. We'll do it again.
Is that
No.
you had the
That is.
teeth?
Yeah, it was a Friday the 13th.
No shit.
Yeah.
Woo.
I was riding a bicycle. I did a like sidewalk ramps. I did a
Bicycle.
pop a wheelie. Boom, tire comes up.
Oh, goodness.
Damn.
Sounds horrible.
It was fucked up.
There's also supposed to be a cinematographer at that show. He's going to be there from the 11th to the 14th, and he's just videotaping shows the entire time.
Well, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
There you go.
Kyle's got the hookup in weird ways, and it's great.
It seems like every band's got their own weird little hookups.
Fucking hookups. That's
Like,
why you
we're
got to
the band-
link
we're the-
together.
We're the band with the best audio engineering.
Right? Questionable.
No,
No,
I'm
Dom's
being,
great.
questionable.
I'm being
We'll
cocky.
say questionable.
Yeah.
I'm being cocky, but
Let's stay
Dominic
humble.
Mosier is really good.
He is.
Well, you got to be.
yeah, be humble.
You got to be.
But-
You got to be humble, but you got to be. I mean, you got to have a little bit of an edge.
Dom's the best in the area.
He's really fucking good. He has done such a fantastic job of making like the latest
He works
songs
for,
just
like,
fucking phenomenal.
NBC and
NFL, NHL.
yeah.
Yeah, he gets to write. It's actually a little stressful. They make him write entire albums.
Basically,
Within, like, a-
26 songs in like 3 weeks or some shit.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they're just like, here, hurry the fuck up. And
But
then-
Hurry the
they're
fuck
just
up.
they're just like those quick like background noise songs that they can just kind of throw in there.
Yeah.
or whatever.
yeah, when you're in like an an
Yeah.
action scene or a car scene or somebody just died, like you're watching Click and Adam Sandler's fucking
Yeah.
Sad or something.
As if you pulled some shit off of like YouTube that like the free sounds,
yeah.
except they're not free and they're being paid for by
Right.
these
Yeah, so-
big conglomerate companies.
Somebody at ABC's like,
doing
I
good.
really like this one. We're gonna put it in the next episode of the 24 or some
Frasier.
shit. I don't.
Frasier. So
We're rebooting Seinfeld.
Yeah.
so tell everybody where they can find you guys at.
Oh shit! Anywhere, pretty much anywhere you can find music. We have shit on TikTok, Snapchat. Even we got all of our shit on YouTube. It's on Spotify, Apple Music. You can Instagram,
Facebook.
Facebook. You can Shazam our music.
Shazam!
Boom.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, dude. And all the weird ass fucking places you can distribute.
Pretty much all the
music to.
social media that we fail at.
For some reason,
on a regular
for some
basis.
What's your
reason,
Instagram? What's your at tag?
Let It Rot Official, no spaces.
Let it ride official. Let it ride official. There you go.
Now, for some reason, you can't find us on Pandora because we submit ourselves to Pandora every single time, every single song, and they're just like, nah.
Nah.
Pandora's like exclusive.
Fuck Pandora.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. Everybody goes to Spotify now anyway,
Right.
so you can find you on there.
Yeah, we're definitely on Spotify.
I'm still low-key salty about it. I go and check Pandora now and again and be like,
Just
you bastards.
It's let it rot, not let smoke pot.
No, absolutely. I mean, I don't
But
know.
it might change.
What was the other one? What was the other one that we talked about?
What?
The other name?
Let them squat.
Nah.
Oh,
was he?
I don't know. I got them here somewhere.
The worst one I've ever heard was Let It Cock.
Oh goodness.
Big fat cocks. Was that it? All right. Let it decay. Let fish rot. What?
Let it decay. I think we talked about. What was? Keep going.
Let it go. Let it rot. Then eat it. Let smoke pot. Flower pot. Let them squat. Let it turkey trot. Sultan the swat. Big fat cocks. I think it was Sultan the swat.
Could have been Sultan
Could've
the
been.
SWAT. I think we Sultan the SWAT.
Babe Ruth, but you guys didn't get it, and you asked how old I was.
Which you never answered.
It was good having you guys on here.
For sure.
This was a fun time.
Absolutely.
Everybody go
That's
check
great.
out Let It Rot.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Thank you for the beer.
For sure.
Thanks for all of it. That was great.
That was a good time. Good time.
TikTok 24 times.
Did we?
Yeah,
Did you keep count?
I did.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Is that the most said? Was that the most said word?
Absolutely.
Can you put a little counter in there in the video every
Dude.
time somebody says TikTok, like ding?
Like I might be off by one or two, but it was definitely over 20.
Going
It was
to
probably Brandon mostly.
No,
Yeah.
it was all you.
I was going to say, I started talking about it too because I just made one.